and I don't think I like any of them. Not that I don't like them, it's just I picked something else in the 7-10. Yes, Rough Dakota. Absolute Smash, Olive Oil Kid and Off the Line Sham. Look at those, all hot dogs. Absolute Smash is 5 from 9. Favourites have been holding their own at Crayford, 39%. Let's have a look at some stats from Hove. Hot trap there is trap 6. It's 12-1 in the trap challenge. Mind you, if you see the makeup at some of the races where the big guns, the shorties are, nowhere near the wide outside. 609 Lulu's Delight with C there. She's 8-1 in the 628. Rapido Willow is 4 from 9. And What's Up Eva? I think certainly in my selection of that 928, 3 from 6. Favourites there 37%, but recently they've had some opens that may have helped favourites, that may not. Don't forget to get in touch. Plenty of reason to get in touch. Many subjects to get stuck into, mainly tonight though, the hot racing. We've got the Irish Derby. We'll keep across what's going on night 2 of the Irish Derby as well. And I think the Pall Mall's kicking off. We'll keep an eye on that. Best bets though, Richard. Very hard to sort of lean towards the open racing. I'll go to Crayford.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, stuck with Hove and stuck with there's quite a few bets on the card, so try and find those that are a reasonable price without being too short. But obviously they're not going to be big prices. So the Nappies Mari champion in the race 7, the 756, the 500 puppy race, reopposes against Ballymac John, who beat him in the final of a puppy competition there before. But he took a flyer that day, Ballymac John, not done it again since. So I fancy Mari champion to gain revenge. Next best is, well, Space Jet. I think we might have heard of her. In the Regency, I started off looking at Lively Lauren thinking she was going to be the one to beat, but I mean, she's just an impossible force for me to get beat. So Space Jet, I'll have to row in, make her the next best in the Regency final. The lay over at Crayford is Asker Izzy. Showed a bit of pace the other day, but still got beat. Only 6 or 7 weeks from season date, so one to take on for me. Challenge, I'm gone with 3 down the middle, 100 to 30. That's fair. I was expecting shorter.
Yeah. Now, I went through the Hove card tonight and I scanned through and I got to the 838 and I looked at it and suddenly went, want one. Talking about Hollow Man, Derek Knight trains this newcomer, certainly newcomer to Hove. And if you look back at some of the Irish form, the Irish form isn't as strong to suggest it's going to win an open race, but analyse even closer, finishes well over a shorter trip, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Hollow Man can do over Hove. I just think it's in that race. It's been an A1 anyway, open race, it's going to strut its stuff, hopefully. Capel Cutie, I was on Tuesday, and Capel Cutie certainly strutted her stuff as she flew the traps over the 380 metres. She goes over 540 tonight, and I think her sectionals, her splits over 540 are somewhat superior to her rivals. I just hope she lasts home. And I'm going to take on Ritzy Spirit over hurdles in that 9-12. Just see what the two dog can do in that race. And like Richard, I really do like trap 3 in the trap challenge. So 609. We look at this straight away. They're out on parade. Lulu's Delight we saw was a hot dog, but this race might revolve around where Sheriff Kane is positioned at bend 2. That's going to possibly be the key to the contest.
Well, he'll probably be last. It's a question of how far last.
How far last, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, regarding the trap challenge, you said 12 to 1 about trap 6. There's a lot of vacant traps spread across. Every single trap's got vacant trap, at least one. Yeah. Trap 6 has got most.
Yeah.
And I went through the whole of the Hove card, and I know we've got a hot dog in 6 here and a hot dog in the next from 6, but I didn't put any trap 6 in the first 2 of my selections at Hove all night.
I got one trap 6. That must be Popsy. She's not in 6, is she? Popsy Asia. She is in 6. That'll be the 1-6 I like. That's at Crayford.
Yeah, Crayford, I've got a couple, but nothing at Hove at all.
Nothing at Hove.
On the inside here, Slippy Eleanor for me, for Tony Taylor. A is running well. B, there's no early pace on her inside. I started off with Toffee Tiger in 5, and obviously the market tells you that's a key runner in the race as well. But I fancy Slippy Eleanor. Could just, with no pace inside, could just nip round in a really good position. I think 6 might lead up. I think 3 will get in front off the corner and then be tough to catch from there. My comment on my notes here, I've got Lulu's Delight, like you say, lead on the outside.
And with that in mind, I thought if Lulu's Delight led on the outside, the times are similar. George Andreas's times are similar to Toffee Tiger. Add to that Toffee Tiger's 2 from 23. Slippy Eleanor is around a 360 sectional, 365 sectional. She's going to get first run on 4, 5 and 6, let alone 1 and 2. And as I mentioned, when I'm looking at the card, I was looking for my danger, and I see Sheriff Kane's downgraded. I mean, he's done a 406 sectional last time out. If at the second bend Sheriff Kane is, like, what do we say, close, he's going to be last, but as you said, how close to the leading dog, whether it's 10 lengths, 8 lengths, 7 lengths. Slippy Eleanor needs that just little bit of oomph to make sure it's sufficient if Sheriff Kane does get a clear. That's the proviso, is the 2 gets a clear, or indeed the 5 get a clear, because if they don't, 3 skipped away, and you can see that Slippy Eleanor now is 2 to 1. Don't forget to keep your tweets and your emails coming in. It's such a good night's racing. Galaxy Greyhounds, thank you so much for your tweet, all your selections. We'll look forward through on those a bit later. You've gone for trap 2 Sheriff Kane here. Jake Whalen, good evening, Tanya and Richard. My nap is Toffee Tiger.
All right, so Jake with 5.
Let's go to Mr. Kelly.
And a breakaway then on the run to the first bend. 6 goes up well with 3, followed by 1, 4, 5. 2 detached early doors here. Around the first couple of turns, a clean run race. Out in front, Lulu's Delight, but trap 3 in close company. Slippy Eleanor goes on now. 1 trying to improve on the inside, so it's Slippy Eleanor here for Tony Taylor, followed by Kennel Companion, Kerrs Messi. Then comes 6, 4, 2, 5. Not a factor. They race up towards the line. Trap 3 running on really strongly. It's the inside traps. 3, 1, 2, the order.
Well, there you go, Slippy Eleanor. Well done, Tony Taylor and Mr. N. Fryer. Slippy Eleanor got a lovely squeeze through the gap at that first bend inside of Lulu's Delight.
It's nice when they go to plan, Tanya.
They do, isn't it?
We both thought 6 would lead up on the outside. To what point we weren't sure.
Yeah.
Off the second bend it turns out to be. Slippy Eleanor, as you say, a nice seam up the inside, and takes it up off the second bend. And then the first thing we did was went, where's 2? And he had about 8 lengths to make up Sheriff Kane. He makes them up pretty quick going into the third corner. But then he just has a little tangle with 4, and that's always his problem. I mean, he's dropped from A1 back in May down to A4 now. It's tough getting a clear run. You know, that just shows you how good a dog like Space Jet is when she does get clear runs, because this is what happens more often than not. Just came together with 4 off the last corner, but 3 had gone anyway. Well done, Tony Taylor.
29.94 last time out, a 29.79 tonight for Slippy Eleanor. We're now returning to Darrell, who's going to be speaking to Rob Avery.
Well, both the Sussex Cup and, of course, and the Regency have got great histories. Rob Avery's with me. Your first meeting as racing manager, so a big night for you, Rob.
Yes, our first, my first Sussex Cup and Regency. Obviously, we've got the Springbok as racing manager. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it as a racing manager and as a fan of greyhound racing. If you can't enjoy a night like this, there's no point being in the game, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've been all week.
I guess it's what, we work 52 weeks a year for. Look, we're getting a lovely look at these trophies as well. They both look fantastic. So this trophy here, this is the Regency trophy, which is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's such an iconic trophy. They made them real good in the old days, and it's great we still got it, and it's just a beauty in the Sussex Cup itself as well. They're magnificent trophies, and it made the presentation all the more better. It's worth winning.
And the boards, I don't know, Jeremy, we can see this, the winners' boards through the years for the Regency, look, going all the way back there to, goodness, even before Pat Kelly used to come here, sort of back in the late 60s. And am I right in saying it might have even been a puppy event, wasn't it, at one stage, or a 4-bend event?
Yeah, I think it's taken various guises over the years, but obviously of late it's been the 695, and it's just getting stronger and stronger every year. It's the one everyone wants to win. It's a staying race on the calendar for me.
And what a race we've got, of course. Look, it all revolves around Space Jet. I guess, can she? Nobody thought she could last week, and she delivered on the line.
Yeah, I mean, when the crowd here went absolutely wild when she got up on the line. She's such popular. She's a crowd pleaser in the way she runs. Everyone will be watching her. Wherever she's in the race, she'll be watching her, but it's such a tough race for her. it's going to be tough. It's early pace with sustainability. It's going to. I'm going to sit on the fence and just say I'm going to enjoy the race.
Sit and enjoy the race. And the Sussex Cup, have you got an opinion on what might happen there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to go with the track one, Candling Monsoon. Derek Knight's won it 3 times previously. He's going 4 times a charm. His last one was in 2002. I think his first one was in the 70s. Draws can win races, and I think it's just hit the boil at the right time. But you can argue a case for all 6. It's that competitive. So again, I'm going to enjoy the race.
Look, to sum it up, it's a brilliant night's racing at Hove. The crowds are coming in, which is fantastic to see. The sun is shining. We can't ask for much more, and we're going to get some brilliant racing out there, aren't we?
Yeah, all my sun dancing I've been doing in the garden all week has paid off, and the sun is out for the first time in the last 2 weeks, and I'm just looking forward to tonight unfold. It's going to be such a fantastic night, and I'm glad to be part of it any way I can.
Brilliant stuff. Good to talk to you. Have a great night.
And you, take care.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
I can look at 12 horses and the form all at once. Come on. The app is my paddock.
Once the race starts, we don't bother with cheers in our house.
When the race is on, I try to remain calm. If it's possible to love a 4-legged beast and a wee tiny man sitting on top of it, then I love you!
Boost your racing odds at ladbrokes.com.
Betfred presents Check out our exclusive offers every day. Play in-store and online with Betfred.
At Bet365, we take horse racing very seriously. We go out of our way to feature every race that matters. If it's important to you, then it's important to us. We're the world's favorite online betting brand for many reasons. Horse racing is just one of them. Gamble responsibly.
Catch the best thoroughbred racing from South Africa alongside 15 live greyhound races at 11 o'clock every Tuesday, Thursday and Friday morning, live here on Sporty Stuff TV. Well, welcome back to Hove. So delighted that Pat Kelly is alongside me now. Almost 50 years at Hove, Pat, which is an incredible amount of time. You've seen some amazing Sussex Cups and more importantly, Regencies during that period.
Yeah, I've seen every Regency Final, every Sussex Cup Final in 1975. Tonight's finals, can't wait. Massive races, the appearance of Spacejet. Marathon Dog's got a fantastic record in Regency Finals, and it wouldn't surprise me if the race was run to suit Spacejet tonight, but much will depend, I think, on how Live Elon breaks.
Yeah, Live-Elon's got a verdict over Spacejet, but let's just put Spacejet briefly into perspective. What she's achieved, she's come back, she's dropped back to 695. You know the history of greyhounds through the years. How do you rate how she is as a greyhound?
Unquestionably one of the all-time greats. Been very, very skillfully handled by the connections, very well looked after, very few miles on the clock. I fancied her last year to win the Regency, but she didn't. She was withdrawn in the season on the eve of the competition. She got a great chance of doing it. She's one of the best dogs I've ever seen at Hove.
Well, that's praise indeed. And the Sussex Cup tonight, again, is a phenomenal race. We know how, from post to pillar, runs this track. Is he the greyhound they've got to beat tonight?
I think it's more competitive than the morning odds suggest. I think Candling Monsoon's got a very good draw. But if from post to pillar turns up in the same sort of form it was, we won the Olympic over the course and distance in December, certainly the one to beat. He's got a fantastic record in finals from post to pillar. I think this is his 5th final and he's won 4 of them.
And we've got a bit of history tonight as well, haven't we? Because we've got a Springbok final being staged at Hove for the first time ever. That's a fantastic first.
Yeah, Hove are looking to go forward with hurdles racing. I think this is an above-standard renewal of the Springbok. There's been some fabulous winners of the Springbok. First one, I think, was 1937. The best ever was Stuart Captain back in 1975 with John Coleman. But this year's field is above standard. I think track one's a terrific price, very well drawn, jumps really well, prolific winner, Regency Flyer.
So just summing up, 4 finals tonight, big night for Hove, big night for Greyhound Racing. Look, great to catch up with you. You'll be calling all those big races home later.
Looking forward to it immensely. It's the night of the year. It was always a night when the track records went, Sussex Cup final night, through the ages. Tonight's card is absolutely fantastic. Greyhound Racing at its very best.
Pat, lovely to chat. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, let's do the result from the first race. Slippy Eleanor was the winner in trap 3, 5-2, beat the 1 at 5-1, and third was the 2 at 4-1. 16:57, 50-11 by 1. My one thing that I wished for it would have been next Saturday, this big final, because then it would have gone with Goodwood, and everyone that went to Goodwood would have loved seeing Space Jet. It used to be. They would have.
A friend of mine used to do the double. Used to go to Goodwood and.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I just wanted everyone to see Space Jet.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Exactly. Talking of Space Jet, Sean Gibbons has been on. Says, hi Tanya and Richard. Fantastic night's racing tonight. We all agree with that. Next best is Regency Flyer in the 7:36 at Hove. Nap, aforementioned. Space Jet in the 8:54. He's gone for 6 in the challenge. Big price.
Yes, and no doubt we'll be getting into Space Jet a lot more. For now, though, why not? Let's go back to Darrell, because I think he's got someone.
Well, lovely to catch up with Mark Wallace. You've just been talking about history and Regencies. You've won a fair few in your time as well.
Yes, it's been a lucky competition for us. We've had some great winners, obviously the likes of Iams Royal, Blomflet, Charms of Breeze, and probably, I think it was Billy's Bullet. Obviously, was a tremendous one, you know. So it has been a good competition for us.
And the Iams Royal finish was fantastic. I mean, we could get a finish like that tonight, couldn't we?
It certainly could be set up for the superstar American dog in Space Jet. There could be an Iams Royal finish there. You know, we're hoping that we ourselves might be a bit in front, and it doesn't get to us, you know, that quickly. But for a start, we've got to get in front, and that's probably the best chance Jack Tubman Magic's got tonight, is leading up, and hopefully, you know, with 5 railers on there, maybe he could burst clear like.
Look, he's got a wonderful setup, but he's also forfeits a bit of ground, doesn't he? Because he tends to go so wide, doesn't he?
Yes, he is. He's one of the widest runners I've ever seen, especially if there's a dog on his inside. He's not as bad if there's nothing on his inside, which obviously, as I say, if he could break out in his best style and lead up, you know, he wouldn't run as wide as what he does if there's a dog on his inside. So that would give him a better chance if he was to lead up.
Before we get to that, hopefully by then you might well have collected with Quatera in the sprint final. Ran a brilliant heat last week.
Yeah, he's a dog that would be really well suited to Hove, and he did a good trial and then a great run last week. You know, didn't come out. He isn't the best of breakers, but a typical sprinter. His pace to the first bend is absolutely electric, and you know, again, it wouldn't be a disaster if he didn't come out, but you don't want to come out, you know, right at the back light. So if he can just sort of a level break, I think he'd have enough pace to get to that bend in front, and then, you know, he's strong from there. We're thinking of stepping him up to a 4 bends after tonight and see what he can do. Yes, very exciting, very fast dog.
People use lots of methods to try and find winners tonight. We've got to mention New in Touch, who's had a little go at your shirt.
She has, as I was getting her out of the van for kennelling, like, yeah, she's made a mess of my shirt, but yeah, she's got a good chance tonight. Yeah, she likes this place as a youngster. You know, she made a big final here, and she's off the back of a couple of nice wins at Monmore, a little final there. Yeah, she would have a chance. And then we got our 2 puppies, Ballymac John and Rapido Lady. Rapido Lady likes it here. She's won a couple of times, but obviously Ballymac John won the nice competition here, beating Marie's champion. So his form hasn't been as good at Toaster, you know, we're not quite sure he's like Toaster as much, so hence the bringing him back here tonight, and hopefully that he loves Hove, so hopefully he can go well from a good draw.
Yeah, let's hope you're amongst the winners anyway, Mark. Good to catch up with you. Thanks. And good that you're part of such a brilliant night tonight.
Yes, looking forward to it. It's great night's racing, and should be really exciting.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you.
Cheers, Darrell.
Oh, Darrell's getting all those key interviews in the can already, isn't he? As we listen and look out for what is coming. Next up for us, though, is a 6:28 at Hove. And I just have to look at the betting. 3 Sladyside Amber. You can see the betting on the exchange as well, Betfair Exchange. It's a tricky one in this contest. I had a inkling maybe you go to the inside for this race with the one dog. I don't know what you think, Richard.
I'm just looking for my dice because I'm.
Oh, yeah, you?
It's one of them sort of races.
I didn't bring the dice.
Yeah. No, I've gone back on old form here.
Have you?
Rather than current form, and that's put me with Narcos Tartar in Trap 4. Yeah. Formerly an open racer with George Cunningham.
Yes.
Now under the care of Belinda Green, and care is exactly what she needs, because she's been on and off the track with injuries and stuff along the way. She's had her problems, but her latest run for me was full of promise. The qualifying trial was well before that. 29.75 really stands out. So did that sort of trial back in the start of June. Obviously had a little issue again off the track again. This was all in A2 company here, but if she can keep herself fit and repeat those trial times for 29.75. She's done it twice. That's too good for A2, really.
It is, in hindsight, looking at this. I put 4 in the 3 greyhounds that I had, the shortlist for this. But looking towards the outside, for example, Feeling Good and Rapido Willow. Rapido Willow is drifting out to 5 and Feeling Good is 7-2. My thoughts with the pair of them, they have similar profiles going to the bend, but after that they become vulnerable. It's a long time since Rapido Willow broke 30 dead, and also, I know Tony Taylor's had our first winner. She's come up from A5 to A2, Feeling Good, good strike rate, 9 from 39. I just thought that perhaps 6 may bother 5 in the nicest possible way going to the bend, so that's why I look to the inside. Certainly with Wastehouse Woody, thinking that Wastehouse Woody might actually get a run round the bend, but that's all dependent on how he gets round the first bend. I mean, it is roll the dice time, but my dice wore out this afternoon in big field handicaps.
There's a lot of ifs about today in the whole of the Hove card tonight, and we'll get across some of those in some of the emails that have been piling through. But this race certainly is a big if. If 1 gets a nice pitch, got a lovely draw. If 4 is fit and well and can repeat, then massive chance. If 5 can lead 6 comfortably enough to not get hazarded by it, then I think Carl Gardner's pitch has definitely got a big shout as well. So wide open. You pays your money, takes your choice for me. So can we have a run through some of these? I've got loads of these. Right, Anthony Rose says Emma and Hayley's tips tonight are sparkling peanut and adorable Emma. Will she be cheeky if they win? I expect them to buy me a cherry cola. In the Regency, Hayley likes Jack Tavern Magic, Emma likes Space Jet. Good luck to all the trainers at Romford and Paul Young with his dogs in the open races tonight as well. All dogs home safe and sound. So Sparkling Peanut, adorable Emma, and Will She Be Cheeky? Will She Be Cheeky are all Romford dogs. I take it they're running tonight. I haven't looked. Keith Montague says evening to Tanya and Richard. In the finals at Hove, Sprint Quateria, Springbok Ritzy Flyer, Regency Space Jet over Lively Lauren and a reverse forecast, and Wasted Monday in the Sussex Cup. Well, I hope he's there with Wasted Monday. I meant to post that. At Crayford, selections in the 6 bend races are Sentinel 7:45, Ragtime said 8:20, Born a Trooper 8:50. Very tricky trap challenge tonight. He thought it was between 3, 4 and 5, gone with 3. Thank you, Keith. Excellent, Keith. Thank you very much for that.
Yes, very good. Just a reminder, look, it's still wide open, the races. 3 Wastehouse Woody and Narcos Tartar.
Gary Taylor's agreeing with the ifs. Good evening, Tanya and Richard. What a cracking card tonight. If Lively Lauren comes away like she did last week, she could be over 8 lengths in front. of Space Jet passing the winning line first time round. Can 3 give her that much start and beat her? I doubt it very much, he says. The smeller in the pot is the 4. We know the dog has a faster break in him. If he pops out, goes round in front, then they will all have to run. In the Sussex Cup from post to pillar will win with a clear. If the 1 goes round in front though, then he will need a clear. Then he will certainly need a clear to catch him. Yeah, lots of ifs, Gary. We agree, but some class animals on show anyway.
Yeah, it's trying to work out in your head the dynamic of these races, or where certain greyhounds will be situated at certain bends.
Yeah, so I started off thinking Napa next best is going to be easy tonight. It's from post to pillar, Space Jet, 2 of the best dogs in the country, and we just do that. But you end up talking yourself out of things, and
it's very tricky. Keep your tweets and your emails coming in. What do you think this evening? Or indeed, don't forget the Juvenile Classics tomorrow. Greyhounds are loading then at Hove for this wide open A2. Hove looking absolutely splendid this evening. Let's go to Pat Kelly for the call.
All set for race number 2. And they break away then, 3 away well with 1, then comes 5, 6, 2 and 4 at the first bend. They saw themselves out, and it's trap 1 on the inside. Wastehouse's Woody, trap 3 involved in scrimmaging as they make their way towards halfway. Trap 1 being followed by trap 5, 2 every chance. Then comes 4 looking for room on the inside, but nowhere to go for Narcos Tartar. Trap 1 galloping strongly up front here. Wastehouse's Woody for Jamie Kingsley. Trap 2 creeping closer, but 1 holding 2. The inside traps again. 1, 2 for the order.
Win 4, trap 1, Wastehouse Woody beats the 2 and the 4. Well done, Jamie Kinsley, Mr. A.R. Collins, Mr. P. Mumford and Mr. K. Right, and Wastehouse Woody did indeed come out and was lucky because Slaney-side Amber didn't join it at the first bend. He had enough room to manoeuvre.
Yeah, then lucky to go to the corner with Do It Bud, who is a genuine middle runner, and as you can see, never intention to cut the bend. In fact, was looking to check off behind 5 at the second corner. 1 Wastehouse Woody turns in a perfect pitch, took it up. It was always going to be very, very difficult to catch in front. Slaney-side Amber has run a really good race in behind, and so has Narcos Tartar.
Yes.
Came there with nowhere to go third corner, checked outside 2, then checked outside 5 as well, and has still run on into third. So hopefully she'll put a run together soon and get a clear run and show what she can do. But yeah, fair play to Belinda Green, 2nd and 3rd, but Jamie Kingsley has the winner.
Yeah, 1, 2 and 4 at Hove. Narcos Tartar then 1 for the Notebook. That's run exceedingly well. Now we're heading for a break, but before we head to the break, Darrell has caught up with Belinda Green.
Well, Belinda's alongside me now. Let's talk about Wasted Monday in the final, because he's a lightly raced, unexposed, improving greyhound, I guess.
Massively so. Like he's only had 6 runs over this shore. Obviously, all have been here. He's won 3 of them. In his 7th, he's lining up in the Sussex Cup Final. So you know we're absolutely over the moon. You know he's been a great dog so far, and hopefully there's a lot more to come.
Tell me about the owners, because they're obviously very lucky gentlemen. They're first greyhound.
Yeah, they're first. They said they're going to dip their toe in, and this is them dipping their toe in. So no, James and Vince are lovely, lovely guys, and we get on really, really well, which is always a great start. So the fact that they've managed to, them dipping their toe in has got them to a Sussex Cup Final is, it's a great start. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he can go well for them, and hopefully he has a bright future.
You have told her it's not always like this.
No, unfortunately, it's not always like this. I said that after he won the maiden comp when he won here. Obviously, Vince was running around quite. He was quite nervous to start with, so it was a massive weight off his shoulders when he won. But obviously, he's been beaten as well, and that it's not fazed them at all. They're just happy as long as he runs well and comes home safe. Then they're fine.
I was looking through the records. It's not often trainers win 2 Sussex Cups in a row. Obviously, Ninja Kerry last year, and we're going to see Ninja Kerry tonight as well, of course.
Yeah, he's my boy. He's old Bruce, bless him. No, he's been an absolute amazing dog for us. He's obviously Derby finalist and Sussex Cup winner, and he's been an absolute pleasure to train. It's a shame he's not lining up in the Sussex Cup to defend his title, but look, he's here. Hopefully, he'll run well tonight as well.
And your team continues to shine. We've got Low Pressure, of course, expected to go very close, I think it would be fair to say.
Look, Low Pressure he is his own worst enemy. You know, we know he's very, very quick when he gets it right. He just doesn't get it right all the time. But look, you know, Trap Rise, you know what the situation's going to be then. The owners know that, we all know that, and I think most other people know that now as well. So he is his own worst enemy, and he is the one that lets himself down. But hopefully, if he's in the right mood today, hopefully he'll go up.
Belinda, your year's been so good. We're almost expecting you to be involved on these nights. You sort of pinch yourself occasionally and think, here we go again, another big final.
Look, for me, that's the job. You know, that's what we're here to do. We're here to be in these big finals, and I always want to progress. You know, whatever that is, wherever that may be, whether it's Derby final like last month or Sussex Cup final today, it's just a matter of progressing, and all the time we're progressing, then I'm happy.
Excellent. Wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The William Hill 5. Top tips for positive play. Don't chase losses. What are you doing? Know your limits. Get support if you need it. Take a break. Keep it fun. Find our safer gambling tools online or in shop.
And here's today's favourite, number 4, First to Feel Rain. And you can see why, Gina.
He hasn't got the most attractive head, but he has an impressive turn of foot for his size.
He must be 20 hands at least. He has moved stables a lot.
Just loves the big occasion.
Feature at stud, Gina?
Not sure, Matt. Unlikely to be wanted for breeding. Worthy favourite, Matt?
Definitely the favourite, Gina.
Don't feel like a punter, feel like a favourite with great offers on the Paddy Power app.
Want betting on the horses that leads from the front? You're on. With live streaming of racing 24/7 from around the globe. And daily offers, including extra places, free Uniboost a day, and our best odds guaranteed. You're on. Plus today, get money back as cash if your horse finishes second or third on selected races. Unibet, you're on.
There is the presentation for Wasted Monday, who won the second race. And Hove did send us an email saying they're adding a touch of glamour to the evening with the person presenting the trophy. Oh, look, it's Darrell. There you go. Darrell presenting Connections of Wasted Woody. Trained by JB Kingsley. Congratulations to all involved. All the way victor for Wasted Woody. Beat the 2 and the 4. 29.70 was the winning time. The first time 29.70, the second time 29.70. So it could be a little bit quick. And we're looking next, you can see we're coming up to a 695 metre open with low pressure, light foot fat. It's an awesome race, but we've had some emails, Richard.
Loads of emails, more coming through as we speak.
Excellent.
David Ducker says, absolutely fantastic racing tonight. Most looking forward to the Springbok final. I love seeing our future timber toppers in action. I had a share in the previous winner, Droopy's Rex. Hope all greyhounds come home safely. Huggy from Leeds. Thanks, David.
Yeah, it's great that it's gone to Hove, the Springbok.
Philip Cornwall, oi oi, good evening Richard, and of course number 1, great presenter Tanya, looking forward to another great night's racing. I'm going to Crayford for my nap, 7:27, trap 1, rarity. Keep up the good work, love it.
Yeah.
Mickey Freeman quickly says, evening Tanya and Richard, the other day I gave you a French horse for the King George. Unfortunately it was a non-runner, so I moved and chose the horse you liked, Hookham.
Yeah.
My old boss, Hamdan Al Maktoum. RRP, the owner. So thank you. Hope you was on it. Tanya, Richard, have a great show. Enjoy. Thank you, as always. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Mikey.
Oh, brilliant. So, Philip, yeah, brilliant. Got to keep notice of Philip. He emailed Tony on Tuesday, and Tony had lots of winners. Now, during the course of the evening, we'll take the opportunity to drop in some highlights of the Irish Greyhound Derby last night, and I've got all the colt form here. Last night was the first few heats for you. We're going to take in some highlights, as we said. Heat 2, you can see the line up there. Good Maestro was odds on, 10 to 11, and Milridge Bryce, 134, Mill Road Girl.
Yeah, Good Maestro recorded 29.24, the fastest time of the night. The Juvenile Classic Tralee semi-finalist got away to a good start, nice early pace, moving across from a wide-seeded trap 5 to a middle draw. Never saw another rival. It was a very impressive display, winning comfortably. Milridge Bryce runs into second, showing fine back straight speed. 6 obviously started well on the outside, Press Unlock. Finishes 4th, but it's Mill Road Girl on the inside in trap 1 that stays on strongly to grab 3rd.
So you go, a win for Pat Guilfoyle. Oh, I wonder who's lining up in this race. Trap 6 is Bellamont Walk, the 6 to 4 favourite. Yeah, look who's in trap 5 at 11 to 2. Derby winner in 3 as well. Gaytime Nemo at 2 to 1. This is Heat 3, and this is how it turned out, Richard.
Yeah, Gaytime Nemo in 3, probably looking to blow away a few cobwebs, came away nicely, but not as well as Droopy's Bro on the inside. September 21 puppy for Mert Leahy, and got the nice run up the inside, did the pup. And that was good enough, kicked on and went clear from their early pace rails, led first, 29.61 the winning time. Ballymac Walk showing fine speed on the outside. It's the favourite to grab second spot. Commons Rebel was 3rd. Gaytime Nemo finishes 4th. Now there's first 3 qualify and some fastest 4ths.
Yeah.
So Gaytime Nemo in limbo.
Yeah, very much in limbo. Only the top 18 4ths qualify. He only beat 3 times last night. He needs to beat another 5 of those times this evening. He is on a precipice on that kind of scenario. It was a shame to see the defending champion Born Warrior go.
It was a shame, but it wasn't a surprise, unfortunately, because he's not been sparkling of late.
No, you saw the price.
Yeah.
Gave you kind of the heads up. It wasn't kind of a Al-Azzi Hookham scenario. 6.43 at Hove. Here we go then. Even money, low pressure. Roll on Sydney at 8, Jurassic Rose at 5, Lightfoot Falcon 4.4 on Betfair, Droopy Senorita at 27, and Ted's Dexter is 5. Ted's Dexter is in this piece of VT after the parade. We'll have, just to give you the heads up, Lightfoot Falcon will be in 4, Savannah Heroes, just for context, will be in 3, and Ted's Dexter will be in 6, but we're going to see that after this parade as low pressure goes odds on.
Yeah, so low pressure, no fortune whatsoever in the first round of the Regency. Roll on Sydney did qualify at the first round, no luck in the second round of semi-finals. Lightfoot Falcon finds this 6.95 every single yard too. Is probably a yard too far, or 10 yards too far. But saying that, has been picked up by a couple of strong dogs in Savannah Heroes and Space Jet, of course. Jurassic Rose has run really well in defeat without really getting on. I nearly backed her last time out, and she ran really well all the way to challenging around the last 2 bends with no room. I don't think she was ever going to win, but she did run well again. She keeps running well. Droopy Senorita will mop up any pieces that go in on Ted's Dexter. Good early pace, but is very wide.
So let's see this aforementioned piece of VT. This is the Regency Heats. Remember, Savannah Heroes is in 3. 4 Lightfoot Falcon, 6 Ted's Dexter for tonight's race.
Yeah, here we see the speed of Lightfoot Falcon. Very rarely led over the 4 bends and manages to get to the front here. Squeezed out 3 in the process. Savannah Heroes, and as they went into the home straight with a lap to go, kicking on in front now was Lightfoot Falcon, and they start to line up behind in the challenges. But yeah, keep your eye on Savannah Heroes, who does get there, makes giant strides into the second last bend. Ted's Dexter on the outside really just plugs on to claim 3rd in the end. But yeah, this was all about the front 2, and Lightfoot Falcon, was he going to hold on, wasn't he? Unfortunately, he didn't. Beaten half a length, 42.69 on, was he 60 slow going that first night, which was a little bit disappointing from my perspective, that you big competition, you start on pretty bad ground.
Oh, low pressure looks on very good terms with himself, looking all about himself there. The key to this, I sense, I don't think Ted Dexter is going to reverse the form with 4. It's a quick ground tonight, 29.79 and 29.70, I think, flagged that up, which advantage Lightfoot Falcon, or should I say advantage who's going to lead, and if it is low pressure, then...
Well, if low pressure is going to win, he needs to lead.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen him yet come from miles off the... Well, probably once at Crayford 7.14, he did hit the front with a while to go third, Bendy hit the front, so early pace, getting to the front by the third corner is the key. So that's going to be the early pace wrap. But I'm going to go with low pressure. I say he had no luck in the first round. Clipped from behind when in a good position at the bend. I think he'll lead around the inside. I think he'll even lead Lightfoot Falcon.
Sorry, Dave and Belinda. Dave's probably watching this. Sorry, Dave. If this was at Crayford, I'd sense that low pressure would be even shorter odds on at this. Crayford he seems to love. I'm not saying he doesn't love Hove. I just think that Lightfoot Falcon perhaps in 4's better position to get around that first bend.
Is that low pressure liking Crayford more?
Because he runs there.
Or Crayford liking early pace runners more?
Probably. That's better psychology, isn't it, really?
You know, which way? And there's always more than one way to look at every argument. Of course there is. But that would be my question is, we all know being in front of Crayford is the place to be, regardless of trip, really.
Yeah, my heart would love low pressure to win for Dave, he's there, but I just think Lightfoot Falcon. I think also Lightfoot Falcon could kick on, and low pressure could come through past it as such. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Let's see a lead third. I think if you're not in front by the third, I'm giving your ticket away.
This is a great contest. Let's go to Pat.
Race number 3, 695 metres. And they're on their way, a fly for trap 1, low pressure 4, shown early pace. They're followed by 2, just had to check there. Then comes 3, 5, 6, the back marker. So they come off the second bend, low pressure out in front here, sets a scorching pace, being followed by Lightfoot Falcon, mid-division roll on Sydney. Big gap between first and last as they make their way down the far side. Low pressure still out in front here, still 2.5 lengths to good of trap 4, 2 trying to improve. With 2 bends to go, it's still trap 1 at the head of affairs, maintains the impetus over trap 4, then comes trap 2. They come off the final bend, and low pressure here has made all the running. That's a good performance, staying really well. A worthy winner tonight for Belinda. Low pressure.
Oh, well done, low pressure. I can eat the big portion of humble pie. 41.71, and it was so good to see low pressure trap out as he did. They just corrected it as you'd expect. 41.72, beautiful trapping.
Yeah, absolutely. Foot perfect from the boxes. That was exactly what I thought we could get and did. And that's what he needed to do to get in front of Lightfoot Falcon. Because you see the pace that 4's got, you know, made up the ground a little bit on 1. But first run was all important. And we were looking back to see where the strong runners were. And Roland Sydney's turned in a handy pitch. Droopy Senorita was the other one. But she very rarely ever turns in a handy pitch. Ted Dexter missed the kick on the outside, so there'll be another day for him. Maybe he's better when he goes back to Monmore. Yeah, this is all about low pressure in front, wasn't it? And Roland Sydney does get to 4, never really gets past 4. I think has a word with 4 on the way by as well, but all about low pressure. What's his kennel name?
Larry.
Larry. Superb.
Superb, Larry.
Yeah, well done to Dave and to Tom O'Donnell.
Yeah.
The owners, and obviously Belinda Green. They could have a big night tonight.
Yeah, I now think this will be a knock-on effect. This will be Larry, and this will be Marie Champion, and Dave will be stuck at the podium at this rate. He'll certainly be there for this. We had Darrell for the second race, and now Dave will be receiving trophies with Tom O'Donnell. Good luck to them. 1 beats 4. Well done to Paul, who tweeted in about getting a forecast. That means I think we deserve a break, because after the break we will be going sprinting. It's the Coral Sussex Cup Sprint Trophy Final.
Betfred presents out our exclusive offers every day. Play in-store and online with Betfred.
It's the final straight. Your horse is challenging for the lead. Victory is so close you can taste it. This magnificent animal giving everything for his jockey. And in the last strides, your horse is beaten. Fortunately, with Coral, you'll get a free bet up to £10 if your horse finishes within a length of the winner. Available every day of the season. Coral.
At William Hill, we get the value of football. The value of the players. The value of the win.
It's nothing can happen. You need more goals.
The value of your bet. This season, we're giving you our best value ever with William Hill's Epic Value. So, whether it's Acca Freedom, 3 or 4, or Epic Odds, we've got you covered. Real value, week in, week out.
It's epic!
It's who you play with. William Hill.
Hey, I'm Gary Ashburn, the collectibles guru, and I'm super excited to be here on Sporty Stuff TV every Sunday night at 10 p.m. to share with you my 30 years knowledge and expertise in the world of amazing collectibles. We've got a brand new show for you every week, crammed full of unmissable memorabilia, featuring some of the biggest names in sport and showbiz. So don't miss it, Collectibles Guru every Sunday night at 10 p.m, exclusively here on Sporty Stuff TV.
There you go, great scenes. Our very own Dave Lawrence, Belinda Green there, and joint owner Tom O'Donnell, all greeting Larry, or should we call him Low Pressure, his racing name, back to winning ways. He's had 10 wins now from 33 starts, about to get his rosette, and lots of fuss and strokes from Belinda and the owners. Good to see. Low Pressure then wins the PGR Regency Consolation. That is the 6:43 at Hove. And it was 1 beats 4 and 2. The time was 41.72. 41.72.
Yeah, trophy presentation by Karen McMillan, Romford Stadium manager.
Yeah.
And emails Steve White says, there used to be an advertisement film shown on RPGTV almost every night a few years back. I thought it was good. Showed a little girl and a family skipping along with a dog. What would something like that cost to be shown nationally? He's asking. No idea, but any further advertising of how good they are as pets and what lovely dogs they are to take home would help anyway.
Would help. And what's to stop it doing in cinemas? I went to the cinema the last couple of days, and they had advertising done by Doncaster Racecourse itself for the St Leger. So what would it stop Greyhound Racing putting advertising in cinemas? You get lots of captive audience there. That's a good start. It wouldn't cost the same as the fortunes it does for TV. Yeah.
Just reading, this email still flying through. Philip James says, what a great night of racing tonight between the Hove card and the opening Derby heats at Shelbourne. I don't know where to look. Really looking forward to the Springbok, as we don't have hurdle racing here in Ireland. And I must add, rest in peace for Sinead O'Connor. What a beautiful voice she had. So yes, indeed, Philip, thank you. And very sad that was.
Yeah, sentiments from us all. We now are returning to Darrell, who I believe's got Legacy Racing Syndicate members.
Now, last week, ahead of the heats of the Sussex Sprint Trophy, Clara Ivy was a shade of odds on. Jamie Norris is with me. Are you head of Legacy Racing Syndicate, Jamie?
I am indeed, yes.
I thought you were.
Yeah. Syndicate that I set up January 2021. So, yeah, this is the third greyhound we've had in the syndicate. So, yeah.
So, explain to me. Look, I know she got beaten. She had a trouble run. She got beaten a length. So, she was 10 to 11 last week, and this morning she was like silly numbers.
Yeah, look, she's opened up at 8 to 1 this morning. Look, to be fair, she's beaten Molly Maid on 4 occasions on the bounce. Molly Maid's going off at 9 to 4, opened up at 9 to 4 this morning. So, it's a silly price for her to be at. You'd probably have her maybe 3s, 4s to 1, probably the same as Molly Maid, to be honest with you. So, yeah, it's a huge price, huge value. I think, and look, we know she can do it around here, so they're coming into her backyard, so let's hope that she can do it.
Into her backyard, and you've obviously had all the 8s and 7s, long since everything's gone, yeah?
Yeah, I have, mate, yeah. Yeah, she's too big a price tonight. I don't know what she's doing out at 8s, because, like I say, she should be like the Molly May price rather than the... I see her as a second favourite in this, not like... obviously, that Quatira's a good dog, and I believe she's the one that we need her to have a little bit of trouble to get past. We've dealt with Molly Maid 4 times before, and...
yeah, Molly May doesn't want to see you guys in another race.
But, you know, on another night it might be Molly May's revenge for us. You know, you beat her 3 times and then she beats you in the final, but that's the way racing goes sometimes.
The great thing about greyhound racing, and nice to see you here, and Dan, of course, a bit of a Crayford reunion with you and Jamie here. Goodness knows how they're running things there tonight. But
yeah, no, again, I don't know, I don't understand the 8-1 at all.
It's 5 now, isn't it?
5, yeah, she is. But yeah, I got her on par with Molly Maid. Obviously got the better of her on many occasions again. Obviously Quatira's the star outlet, but the one to beat and the target on his back, so we're coming to get him.
Okay, well, we should be watching with interest and listening for the cheers for you guys. I thought we might have a good race, whatever happens, and whatever happens, you've got the price, haven't you? So
absolutely.
All right, good luck, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck, guys, indeed. Jamie Norris, a big friend of the show, so good luck to Clara Ivy. You can see, though, Quatira here. It's odds on 4 to 7 favourites. It is worth looking at the heats that got them to this position to get some idea of whether you'll want to be Molly Maid or you want to be Quatira. Let's start with Molly Maid, who in the heats, in this case, was coming from trap 3.
Yeah, trap 3, Molly Maid. Trap 6 was Droopy's Rooster, but it was the trap 1 runner that set them all the first half of the race. But Molly Maid drive the bend brilliantly, and Seamus Carhill's lovely bitch, winning her 16th contest here, 2 in a spin, and in style, beating Droopy's Rooster 3 1/4 in a quick 16:19.
Very quick indeed. Let's take a look then at Deanridge Anton, and Deanridge Anton, we take this after the first bend.
Yeah, it was quite a lot of trouble at the first bend. Both Deanridge Anton and Clara Ivy balked at the first, and Deanridge Anton, courtesy of the draw on the inside, managed to slip round and cause an absolute shock at 20 to 1, beating Clara Ivy back into second, a 10 to 11 favourite. As you'd expect, 16:88, much slower time with that trouble.
Now, this is how you weigh up this race, I think, weigh up. You've seen Molly May, and Molly May, I thought, is more spontaneous out of the boxes. I know this is going to be a one-off. We're going to watch Quatira now running from trap 2, and this is just one-off. We compare the two. Here we go, Quatira.
Yeah, Quatira from 2 didn't come away in its previous race either at Toaster, so that might be a little bit of an Achilles heel for the odds-on favourite. Quick, absolutely, he's definitely quick. He's like lightning. Trap 3 was the odds-on favourite in this race. That was Gougain Jet, finishing 4th, 4 to 6 favourite. But Quatira wins by 4, beating Rossa Rise, who obviously gets in from 1 into 2 here. That was 16:22, so in line with Molly Maid, just behind. He can't afford to come away like that again.
No, and I was probably being a little bit harsh and cruel, but when you get races that are decided by hundredths of a second out with strides, you try and pick. You do pick, don't you? And on seeing those 2 heats, and that is one off. But you've just said, Richard, at Toaster, Quatira at the moment hasn't got that spontaneous trapping ability, and Molly May's in 1, and Quatira's going to be on the outside of Molly May. Quatira might just kick on like it did in that heat and just show power, but it's those first few strides.
Yeah, I mean he didn't come away and still did 16:22 calculated.
Yeah.
Molly Maid had to get round the trap 1 dog and still did 16:19. For me, they're both capable of going slightly quicker, and there's not much between them. But there is in the price.
Yeah.
So on price alone, I want to be with Molly Maid. 11 wins when we're in the red jacket as well. That's a big positive for her.
Yeah.
She won 4 in trap 2, 1 in trap 3, the one we just saw there. She's in great form. She's bidding for hat-trick. Local knowledge and the draw could just upset the favourite for me.
And now you can see that Quatira is probably just stabilising to the price that is 202 on Betfair, and it's probably just stabilising to the price of how we've just analysed that race. They're both equally fast greyhounds. It's just how the three copes with going to the first bend with one got a beautiful draw.
If he comes away running Quateria, I think he's probably the quick. He is the quickest dog in the race. I'm not even going to say probably. I think he'll win. I know you just heard from the connections of Kilara
Yeah,
Ivy.
I'd be remiss if we didn't mention that, because
exactly.
that was a really messy heat.
And you've got to look at the 3 previous runs where first ahead, first a half, first 2 lengths, all beating Molly Maid.
Yes.
Drawn 3, 3 and 5. So in 4 last week, back in 5 today. Trap draw is sort of irrelevant. Actually, it helps Kilara Ivy tonight.
Yes.
Because 4 is a tight railer.
Yeah.
So she should get racing room. So we can't really dismiss Kilara Ivy. I know we're talking about the front 2 of the betting, but I think Kilara Ivy has to be in the conversation.
7.8 on Betfair, that's huge.
That's fair.
That's fair.
If you fancy 1 or 3, in my case, I fancy 1. I'd be back in 1, saving on 5.
Yeah.
And thinking I'll just get, hopefully I'll get 3 beat. No value in laying 3 now.
Yeah.
Might have been at 4 to 7, 4 to 6, but not now.
Paul, we've been excellent on Tuesday. You were tweeting in lots of good bits and pieces. Kilara Ivy is a solid choice in the 6.58 at Hove. It's well drawn for a clear run, and I can see it finish in the top 2. I think 1 will move off at the first bend and leave the door open for 5. It's fantastic. It's in fantastic form. Good luck, Paul.
Absolutely. Just exactly what we just said, really.
Yes.
Wally Downs has been in touch. Hello, Wally.
Hey.
Long time no hear. He says, greetings from Jamaica.
Oh, there you go. Excellent.
He said, I've got the steam up. It takes me back a bit. Bush Paddy, 2010 runner-up. Just couldn't get to He Went Whoosh. There was a length up after the line. Yeah, we know about after the lines, Wally, don't we? We've all been there. Back in Betsy's Bullet tonight. That's in the last. Another Belinda Green trying to...
Yes.
Man, trying to get to go through the card nearly. Good luck, Wally, and good luck to Belinda Green's team as well.
Yeah, now I should have mentioned Tony Collette, because he had a good day at Central Park yesterday. I was covering that. Let's go across to Pat Kelly.
Race 4, the Coral Sussex Cup Sprint Trophy Final, 285 metres, and they're on their way. 3 well away with 1, then comes 5, 2, 6 and 4, the back of the field, and Trap 1 was held up there alongside Trap 3, and Clara Ivy has shot clear. The orange jacket out in front here, being chased by 3 and 6, but for Richard Rees, it's Trap 5, Clara Ivy.
Well done, Paul. Well done, the Legacy Racing Syndicate. And are we getting a little bit of Darrell form going on?
I think we may well be. While you're saying that, he interviewed Mark Wallace as well.
He did, yeah.
16:17, they put the time up on screen, the Ray time. So great run from Kilara Ivy. They all came away. The front 3 in the betting, 1-3-5, all dashed in the corner together. And I thought 3 Quateria was just edging ahead, and then all of a sudden 5 starts edging ahead, and as 5 just edges to the front, so 1 and 3 just a little collision. 1 drops back, Molly Maid, and Kilara Ivy continues on her merry way. Yes, she's in brilliant form, and yes, she holds Molly Maid yet again, and now a beating of Quateria too.
There you go. 16:17, very quick time. Look at 6 as well.
Only a puppy.
6 has run a blinder. 6 is 37 kilos, having its 3rd ever race.
September puppy.
And it's run an absolute belter.
Can I put him in the van, take him home? You do for me.
Yeah, want one.
Yeah.
I've got my hollow man later on. Let's go for a break for now, though.
When you bet fair on racing, you get daily rewards. So any day can be a big deal. On the Betfair Sportsbook, get extra places on horse racing any day this week. Daily rewards with Betfair.
Meet Rob's Gran Mary. She loves nothing more than a day at the seaside. And an ice cream. And Rob, well, he wouldn't miss it for the world. By taking time outs on his account, he's making time for moments that really matter. Winner. Setting it up is simple. Choose from days to weeks at a time, or customise it. When you play safe at Bet365.
Want betting on the horses that lead from the front? You're on. With live streaming of racing 24/7 from around the globe. And daily offers, including extra places, 3 uni boosts a day, and our best odds guaranteed. You're on. Plus today, get money back as cash if your horse finishes 2nd or 3rd on selected races. Unibet, you're on.
Catch the best thoroughbred racing from South Africa alongside 15 live greyhound races at 11 o'clock every Tuesday, Thursday and Friday morning, live here on Sporty Stuff TV.
Great scenes at the podium for the presentation of the Coral Sussex Cup Sprint Trophy. Went to Legacy Racing Syndicate, headed up by Jamie Norris. We've got Dan and Andy there, who Darrell interviewed prior. Many other relatives and friends of the connections. They're all chuffed. And the heroine of the hour is Clara Ivy. She's now won 6 of 14 starts, and there she's getting lots of love and affection for her achievement. Well done to her. Richard Rees, the trainer, and Darrell there, ready and waiting with the cameraman to have a chat maybe for the one of the finals. But where is Clara Ivy? She's a superstar. There she is, swamped. Everyone wants to give her a pat. All the look at the youngsters there. That's the key thing. Hopefully the future of our sport. But Jamie Norris, look, I think he just can't believe it, can he? Well done to Jamie, heading up the Legacy Racing Syndicate. There you go. Beautiful shot there of Clara Ivy. And there is confirmation. 5-1 she was. Beat the 3, Quatira 10-11. A dead heat for 2nd. Let's have a look at the print then in a minute for that. 6, Droopy's roster 10-1 was dead heating in 2nd with the 3. Trophy presentation though. Look, we've got Batman there and an Arsenal fan. It's all happening. There you go. Let's have a look at the print for 2nd. This is for 2nd, the dead heat for 2nd, and Droopy's roster caught our eye, being only September 2021, and 3rd race has come dead heat 2nd in a big final. Now it's time for Crayford to get underway. We checked out the weight sheet. There are no further changes as we know of for Crayford. We start with them with an A4. We've got hot dogs galore in this contest. 1, 3 and 4 are all in the hot dog category, especially I think it was the 3 who had the biggest winter run ratio, but it wasn't that greyhound that I liked the most here. I wonder what you think, Richard, to our first from Crayford.
Yeah, I'm with the hot dog absolute smash in 3. 5 from 9 was the numbers regarding Tom Levers' absolute smash. I like a draw here. Inside a pair of speedsters in 4 and 5. Both going to really dash to the corner. 5, the kennel mate of 2, Corbally Chubbs, both Jean Lyles. She's really taken brilliantly to Crayford since switching from Romford, but she likes to cut the bend and quite early.
Right.
And she might find a hazard with Olive Oil Kid. So I like the position of where Absolute Smash is. Corbally Chubbs, you only got to go back a little way, was running 592 Harlow, 575 Romford.
Yeah, that's
380 Crayford's going to be a bit sharp for me.
Yeah,
and it's going to give 3 a lovely run to the corner.
Yes, I did. When I was looking at the form, I did kind of squint at that, thinking with the 2. I can see you've graded on 24.20, but that's 380, and as you've just pointed out, even the good run at Toaster 29.75, but that is 500 Toaster. It's not 380 Crayford. It's very tricky indeed. I like Rough Dakota here, the 5 dog. This greyhound, also trained by Jean Lyles, has come up, has acclimatised well, shall we say, at Crayford. A7 up to this evening's A4. It was just the consistent, electrifying splits that caught my eye with 5. I think 5 will set the pace for all of them. and we will see what happens after that. But I do admit 5 wasn't part of the hot dogs. That's fair enough, but it's the one that I liked.
I mean, she's not far off, is she? She's won 3 of 5.
Yes.
3 of her last 5. So, you know, she's pretty warm to me. I don't know about anything else. But yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from with Rough Dakota. Her times tell you that with a 3:53, 3:54 sectional, she could clear Olive Oil Kid. It's just the cut in the bend that I've seen her do a couple of times is a slight worry. And also that she's gone from A7 up to A4. I mean, where's the ceiling? I think we're getting there, personally. So Absolute Smash has won 9 races in her career, 6 of them at Crayford. The other 3 were at Hove.
Yes.
And the 6 at Crayford have all come from Trap 3.
Yeah, we're not sort of phased at all about Absolute Smash wearing the white jacket. It's probably painted on.
Big market move for Corbally Chubbs.
Yeah, is that in the hope that something will fly out? They'll all get strung out, and then that allows a ground that comes from behind to get the room to finish strongly.
I mean, you highlighted the 24-20 correctly.
But
that was finishing 3rd in a trial.
Yeah.
He wasn't even winning the trial.
No.
You know, I don't think he's quick enough to over the 380 personally. The
No.
market's telling me a lot differently. 15-8 now from 3-1.
Watching on Tuesday, I mean, I'm going to draw a comparison to a dog which we're going to see over 541 that I've next bested, Capable Cutie. That come out on a piece of elastic. That would be at the first bend before Corbally Chubbs hit the finishing line first time. And that's not to say that it'll pick it up.
Yeah.
But you are automatically setting yourself a task. That's with a clear run. If there was a 2-bend trial, you would fancy, of course, Corbally Chubbs to pick up Capable Cutie. But put 4 greyhounds in between them.
Exactly as we saw in the first at Hove.
It becomes a different
with the
scenario.
Sheriff Kane dog.
Yeah. Yes.
It's probably the best dog in the race.
Yes.
But coming from last to first,
It's
weaving your
so
way through a
hard.
field isn't easy.
No.
At Crayford, even harder.
And look, it hasn't stopped the price of Corbally Chubbs contracting. We're now into 7-4. Rough Dakota is weak, and so too is Olive Oil Kid, another kind of example. The 628 at home with Narcos Tartar, who is not a slow dog, but that greyhound who ran at a superb race just kept running up the back of dogs in front that were fading in her face, kind of thing. So that's tricky.
It's interesting that the 2 drifters are the 2 on the outside.
Yes.
And that there's actually 3's actually contracted, albeit only half a point, but 7-2 into 3 for Absolute Smash. It tells you that everybody's looking more inside than out here.
Yeah, Paul, who's in tremendous form, Corbally Chubbs to nail them late in the 7-10. There'll be money for this one. Well, there certainly has been money for this one. But I fancy Jean Lyle's other greyhound in the race. As Richard said, it might cut across, or will cut across, so we'll see what happens. Very remiss of me. I will see what happened this morning. Go on.
We're just talking about the youngsters in the trophy presentation at Hove.
Yes.
This is from Paul. He says, fantastic card at Hove tonight. I wonder how many youngsters will be there to watch. Time was children were drawn into the sport by greyhounds being kept at home and running on independent tracks and flaps. It was a family exercise then to train the dog. Sadly, these have disappeared. Can we bring the family involvement back? Well, hopefully Hove are doing just that. That was a positive sign. There's juniors races a few places, so let's hope we can.
It was lots of rows this morning at Crayford. Let's see if it's the same this evening. Rockin' Robin.
And up on the traps of race 1, get ready to your selections. Here are the traps. And away we go. 3 and 2 broke first from 5, 4 and 1. On the run to the first bend, Corbally Chubbs out in front of the moment. There were 3 in chase and second Absolute Smash. 5 in behind, that is Rough Dakota. They're clear off the line. Sham towards the back. Olive Oil Kids the bank. Marker 2 leads though. Corbally Chubbs out in front of the moment. 3's trying to close them. 5 1's in behind as they head round to the final bend. 2's the clear leader though. Corbally Chubbs with Jean Lyles is going on to win the opener. 2 wins though. 5 just about second. Rough Dakota.
Well, there was lots of rails this morning at Crayford, but Corbally Chubbs was backed 11-4 into 7-4 last show that I saw. It's a 1-2 for Jean Lyles. This is a kind of a staying dog that's led, Richard. Do we bet 23.90?
Oh, but we bet faster than 23.90.
Yeah.
I'd be a seller. 1 on 4 got ruined at the corner, but it was irrelevant because Corbally Chubbs had smashed out something we didn't predict. I mean, quality-wise, he's definitely got the ability, there's no doubt, but I just didn't expect to see him trap in front. Showed nice pace. dominated the race from a comfortable lead throughout. Absolute smash, couldn't even hold second. Rough Dakota just got up for second, I think, on the outside.
Made a mockery of the grade, made a complete mockery of the grade. 2, 5 and 3, 2, 5 and 3. Right, we will wait for the time of that race. For now, though, let's head back with more from Darrell.
Well, it was lovely to see from post to pillar back to form in the semi-finals. Here's one man who will certainly agree, and he loves Hove, doesn't he?
Listen, this track suits him better. That big back straight, the big first straight, and that's a good run in. Listen, this track suits. You know what I mean? It suits him.
Well, I was going to turn that around, because however good your dog is, any dog is, there'll be certain tracks they run better than others.
Yeah, listen, you put him into Towster, you see what he does in a solo, but it's completely different when you try and pass dogs when you're running in a bend and you have to get a back straight like in here for the likes of the kind of dogs. But listen, I've had plenty of dogs that used to get into Wimbledon, they loved the place and they wouldn't run Hall Green, or they wouldn't run Bellevue, but they would love Wimbledon. So it's just about finding out what's right for the dog. And I think that this place, Central Park, these big galloping tracks, these are what this dog wants.
Right, he's got his track. He's also got himself a Sussex Cup final, but it's a tough race. They don't give these away.
So was Central Park. That was every bit as tough as this.
Right, you won that one. You won at Oxford. Yeah, I know.
No, I'm talking about the actual race itself. When you look at the race at Central Park, the final he was in at Central Park, when he was in against Matt Wallace, David Mullins and all the rest of it. I mean, they were all top-class dogs. They were real fielded dogs. Is this any better? It's every bit as good. It is every bit as good a race. Don't be kidding. You've got your Wasted Monday, he was bought as a good dog, the same as Post to Pillar. Don't let Snow Kid everybody on. He was bought as a real good dog.
I get a feeling in the back of your mind you're thinking, look, he's come back because he came, didn't he, without the benefit of trial. You've had virus issues at the kennel, so he came here, you know, sort of thrown in at the deep end again. He's come through. He's won his semi. I get the feeling you're fairly bullish.
Of course I am. Oh, listen, don't worry about it. I think this dog will lead. I think he'll lead at the second bend. That's what I've told them all. Listen, I might get egg in my face, but I know the way the dog is this week. The dog's a completely different dog. He is spot on the money this week. If it transfers onto a track and everything goes right, then we're in the money. If it doesn't, Rob's walking off the track with egg in his face, but that wouldn't be the first time. I'm used to it. I've got big shoulders. But what I would like to say, Dan, and I hear all these and saying he's an overrated and all the rest of it. He's gone for his 4th Category 1.
No.
So let's see how many dogs have they got out there that are going for 4 Category 1s. Come out and see Rob. Come and see me about the overrated and all the rest of it. Come and see me.
Well, listen, we might see you a bit later on down at that presentation, Eric. You never know.
I hope so. That's what they'll be getting, darling.
Good luck, Rob. Thank you.
There you go. We are sort of given a talk about from post to pillar. Good luck to Liz and Rab this evening. We're out on parade for the 7:18, the Coral Sussex Cup consolation. Corbellig Chubbs did 23.39. 23.39 in the 1-2 for Jean Lyles. You can see that there, 39 favourite and 9-4. Of course, we don't know the going yet. But this morning at Crayford, there were lots and lots of rails traps, inside traps as well. Here you go. Yep. 7:18. So we've got here a superb consolation, which sees Ninja Kerry, last year's Sussex Cup winner in it. We can also, after the parade, we'll have a look at Havana Bailout, and in the race was What's Up Eva, who we'll see later in 2, and in 3 is Still As Fruity for a little bit of context.
Yeah, What's Up Eva runs in the last. Still As Fruity made the final, although it will be an outsider. But a great start here from Havana Bailout, and you know, this was the first round of the Sussex Cup. A really good performance, and she only won by 7 3/4. Because she gallops away from them off the second bend and really stretches them out. Was 3rd behind Candolim Monsoon. Ran really well as well, actually, after trouble early to only miss out by 1 place. But yeah, this was very, very impressive indeed. 2 was What's Up Eva, 3 Stella's Fruity, as Tanya said. So a strong running performance from Stella's Fruity to get third and keep qualifying. For me, Havana Bailout, that her Sussex Cup bid sums up her form in her career in a nutshell.
Yeah.
When she's good, she's very, very good. But she is prone to a below par run and or get in trouble when maybe she could sidestep it a little. But I'll have to be with, I think Ninja Kerry for me isn't as good as he was last year.
No, he isn't at the moment, no.
And they ran in the race last week and Havana Bailout ran away from Ninja Kerry to finish third with Kerry 5th. So Havana Bailout, a strong selection for me.
I will go with 2 here. Savannah Top Cat. Just thought, if you look at the form prior, even behind Candle in Monsoon on the 15th of July, a bit like the 15th of July run for Havana Bailout. We'll see what happens here. Of course, the heart would love to see Ninja Kerry return and just give a show to everyone. So, as the defending champion of the Sussex Cup itself. Drive on Lad 5-2, Savannah Top Cat at 3, Beggar's Bullet at 10, Ninja Kerry 8.8 on Betfair, Havana Bailout 3.15, 4 from 2 is an 8-1 chance. Greyhounds now all in the traps then for race 5, the Sussex Cup Consolation. Time to go across to Pat Kelly.
All set for race 5. And they're on their way, and trap 5 cracks on in front here. Havana Bailout tacks across the inside. Trap 3 in close company. They're clear of 1, 2, 4, the 6, but Havana Bailout is well on top here. 3 lengths to spare over Beggar's Bullet, followed by Drive on Lad, and Trap 5 has really opened up as they head towards the 3/4 point. A cushion of around 6 lengths here. Havana Bailout running on peak form tonight. Look at this. It's a terrific performance. The margin around 7 lengths. Wow.
Yeah, it's a bit of a procession. A joy to watch. Pat said wow. We all say wow, wow. It's a good 29.58. For all the wow, 29.59 they've rounded it up to. For all the wow, you've got to remember that in the 6.28, Wastehouse Woody did 29.70. So you can see maybe the track. Yeah, that was rapid for Wastehouse Woody. 29.58, 29.79 for Slippy Eleanor in the first.
Yeah, that was 500. This is 515.
Oh, sorry, I'm cracking up. It's my old age. Yeah,
I was thinking they're graded races. That's 500, isn't it, graded?
Yeah, of course.
515 here for Havana Bailout.
Oh, this is embarrassingly fast then.
When we said she's good, she's very, very good, isn't she? And I think Rab was so busy on his soapbox talking about From Post to Pillar, he didn't really talk about Bailout too much. But I mean, this is her absolute best, and yeah, she is a joy to watch. And Drive on Lad's done exactly what Drive on Lad does. Stays on strongly, always gives a good account of himself.
Yeah, I mean, apologies everyone. I mean, I remember the fight. All my graders ran 5.15 at home. That's how old I am. They all ran 5 and some ran on grass. Right. Yeah, between, we're taking the opportunity to look back on last night's Irish Greyhound Derby. Absolute treat this is, isn't it? Let's have a look at Heat 5. This is superb, isn't it? We can see then in Trap 6 is the wonderful Ballina Ed, odds on 1-3. Ballymac Run was 9-2. Droopy's Got It was 7-1. What a heat this was. Yeah, and what a start he made. Obviously, Ballymac Run on the inside shows first out the boxes, but Ballina Ed pacing to the corner. And when he goes round in front, then you've just got to sit back and enjoy him, because he is going to win, and that's all there is to it. And in that early pace, middle to wide style, he soon got to the front. Ballymac Run never gave up in behind. I mean, she's a Puppy Oaks winner at the end of the day, but she really stuck to her task. Droopy's Got It for Ian Riley's run pretty well in third, but this was all about Ballina Ed and 29.34. There you go. Heat 7. Look who's in Trap 4. No, not the equine one that won the King George today. The other Kobe in Trap 3, though, more in all seriousness, was 8-11. Then at 5-1, we had the 1 Stories cash out, and Burj Khalifa in Trap 6.
yeah, I thought this was an interesting renewal here. We got strong runners on the inside, the Stories Cash Out, Stories Pee-wee, and then we got strong runner in Burj Khalifa as well. So the other Kobe was almost certain to get a nice lead. It was just a question of how far he would get to the front and get clear, and he got nicely clear, as you can see, halfway. What's he, 6-7 lengths clear of Burj Khalifa. Semi-finalist at Toaster, does run on strongly and does again here, but the other Kobe, 29.58. The odds-on favourite obliges in style.
Look, Burj Khalifa runs on a little bit late. We're going straight to the presentation for that Sussex Cup, Coral Sussex Cup consolation. Big congratulations to Liz and Rob McNair, KSS Syndicate, Havana bailout at a flying 29.59. And yeah, I wonder if there'll be similar scenes a bit later on in the Sussex Cup itself, with Liz and Rob with From Post to Pillar.
Same trap number? Same
trap number as well. Same trap. I note though he did mention in passing Wasted Monday. It's obviously in the back of, you know, subconsciously.
Yep.
He's thinking that perhaps that's the big danger. 7:27 at Crayford. We return to Crayford to some graded action, and you can see wide open this contest. Richard, how do you see this one?
I thought finding a win around Crayford might be a rarity in Trap 1. For Tommy Batchelor, he should be 5 in about 5 weeks' time. She'll be 5 years of age. But she is running well at the moment. She's knocking on the door, third, second. And I thought the makeup of this race actually stands up quite well. She's won 5 times in A6 company, this grade. And she would be my vote on the inside. Not with too much confidence, but she gets the selection.
Yeah, just went through the form. Obviously, you'd be very familiar with the 5. If I look back through the history, and at Romford, best case scenario at Romford, A7, A8, the 5. So I do appreciate it's been running S3s, which is, it's taken the Swift Alien has really taken to the track well. I wonder how it is when you make the transition back to the 4 bends, considering you've been running a few races over the 6 bends. Then I looked at Knockner Spud, and there's consistently lots of 2014s, and then right in the middle on the 28th of June there's a 23.69, and I mean, Dad always used to say to me, it's amazing how greyhounds can read race cards, i.e. when they're downgraded. I don't suppose it's the case with Crayford.
It's more a case of getting racing room, isn't it?
Yeah,
running against slightly slower dogs gives you a chance to do your running more often.
I think that racing room might be a case here, although one is potentially not good. 2's going to get out, and perhaps is there going to be racing room for 1, or is there going to be racing room for 4? And this is my quandary, so I went and hoped that there might be some racing room for 4 with that 23.69 on the card, with the backup of some really solid 24.03 or 24.15, 24.18.
Yeah, it's I like them when they step down in trip from 5.40 to 3.80.
Oh, you like the Alien scenario, yeah.
So dropping down from 6 bends is always something I look for at Crayford. Right. However, I do make Swift Alien the obvious danger, but I am worried about the go-in, as you said about this morning. I was tending to look inside if I could, without being totally committed to that. And have we got? Are we all right if I pass on the first result from Shelbourne Park tonight?
Yeah, let's have it. Let's have it, please.
So
Richard, I've got my form ready.
Another holiday in 3. Beats Trap 5, Papa de Oro. 3rd was Hanover Phantom on the inside. 29.23 the winner.
29.23. So. There you go, another holiday wins a 9th race from 17 starts.
Already the quickest heat of the whole derby so far.
It had the likes of McNeil in 2. I presume, they all stood.
29.23 that winning time.
29.23, that is just...
1 spot quicker than the fastest last night.
That's flying. There you go.
Papa de Oro is a really nice young dog as well. Just turned 2 in May from the Pat Buckley kennel. But another holiday, he's a fast dog when he gets it right, and obviously he's got it right tonight.
Yeah.
It was 4-6 and beating Clona Duke last year. Odds on to do so, and did so.
These are great, aren't they? In the next team, we've got Disco Pants in 1, Romeo Hotshot 2, Cool Golden Zeus 3, Neon Lights 4, Carrickmore Logan in 5, and Lotto 6-1 in 6. That's providing we've got no changes.
I was
what
looking.
Changes?
There is, I think there's one later on. I was looking at maybe your forecast there, Disco Pants to beat Neon Lights.
Right. We'll keep an eye out. This is good.
On a Saturday Night Fever.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. No, it's great fun. Just keep your tweets and emails coming in. We're loving all of this. Great tweet here from Ed Dark to everyone celebrating Dad's 80th birthday. Of course, the 80th birthday celebrated in a race named after this evening in the 838. Feels strange not having a runner though. Great shots though from Hove's restaurant. Last one's going in at Crayford, so this will be very telling. Remiss of us, we didn't mention the youngster in 6. This will tell us how the track is running. Let's go to Robin.
Head up over the traps for race 2. Get ready to your selections. Here are the traps. Break away from the traps. 2 broke first from 5. It's 4 charging up the outside. 6 and then 1 around the first bend. No 4 and 6 came together. 5. 2's the clear leader. 1 though. It's absolutely pulling the leads. Though Swift Alien's gone into second. Nolda Sparks making progress again towards the inside. Rarity is next though towards the back. Nizzle's Nitro. 5 charging down the leader though at the moment though. 2's the leader holding on with 5 down the outside fast though. 2 and 5 crossing the line together.
Well, I wonder who's won that close photo. Did 2 hold on, or did Swift Alien fly through enough to come through late? Look at that. Well,
I've got 2 beats 5.
I've got 2 beats 5 on my sheet.
Yep.
There we go.
The notoriously bad angle that is Crayford, but I like the look of 2 over 5.
Yeah, here's a replay. 4 just was like a ball bearing in a pinball machine, wasn't he?
1, bless her, she completely missed the kick.
Yes.
Rarity. 2 broke nicely. He does like to move off a touch. He tried to, and he bounced off 4 and found himself loads and loads of room. 4, on the other hand, as you say, bounced off 2 and then bounced off 6 as well.
Yeah.
Got 6 out the race. This was Nitro, so we still yet to know how good he is, the September pup. Then down the back straight. 4 tried to make a bold bid to get to 5, but we know 5 is strong. And he cuts the bend nicely, goes off in pursuit. I thought he was going to come up the inside of 2 at one point.
Did I?
Changed his mind. I changed her mind. Sorry, and that probably cost her defeat.
Yeah, there you go. Very close. The results coming through now. It did go to trap 2. Well done to Absolute Bullet, who beat the 5 Swift Alien. 29.61 was the forecast. Time for us to go back to Hove and Darrell.
Well, Sue's with me. Regency Final, first Springbok final at Hove, so it'd be quite nice to win, bit of history.
Would be very nice, yeah. First time here. The distance suits him, but it would be nice. Be nice for his owner, Steve. He's been a loyal owner for a long time for us. It would be very nice to win it.
And he's obviously taken to hurdling pretty well, hasn't he, to say the least?
It's took him a little while to adjust to these hurdles because they seem to be a slightly bit higher than Crayford's, so it's took him a little while, but last time was his best jumping so far, so fingers crossed he gets it even better tonight.
I think he's won 3 times round here, so he's certainly been able to differentiate between what's involved here, what's required here, and as you say, what's required at Crayford.
Yeah, he's got the pace between the hurdles, which is what a time has won him the races, but yeah, once he gets his jumping really fluent, I think he'll be very, very good.
What have you made of his jumping then thus far?
It's always been the third hurdle that's caught him out. I think where he's going so fast around the first 2 bends and he slightly gets caught there, but he's got better. He was fine on that one last time. It was the 4th one that done him before, but it's definitely improving every time he comes around.
And weighing up your chances, because look, it is a competitive final, what would you be thinking?
To break not too bad and track him round. He comes home strong, and if he's got the rails, he's the only railer, so ideally to go up nicely and just go around on the inside.
OK, let's hope that's the case. Good luck for later. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Sue.
So we'll be able to keep the tentative RPGTV theme. We've had Darrell presenting the trophy for the second race. We've had Dave Lawrence winning with Low Pressure. Jamie Norris, who's a regular remote guest, winning with the Legacy Racing Syndicate. Now, Sue talking there, Sue Reynolds talking regarding Ritzy Flyer. Well, Donna, of course, regular analyst on RPGTV. Ritzy Flyer here. We are in the Coral Springbok final. It is at Hove. It's the inaugural running at Hove. Yeah, let's have a look at the footage.
So for those that don't know, Donna is that's Sue's mum.
Yeah,
Sue's Donna's mum.
Let's start off then with Droopy's Chaser, who was in trap 4 in this piece of footage. Got a little bit bumped at the run-up.
Indeed, and nice to see Paul Young with a promising hurdler though. 6, distant George on the outside made a really good start. but didn't make the bend, unfortunately. And then 5 had other ideas of running 6 off the track at the quarter and second bend, and it allowed Droopy's Chaser to race clear, win by 4.5 lengths, the even money favourite on this occasion, having had a good run before that. 6 finally got clear of all the other trouble and stays on strongly for Ricky Holloway. Has been over the 540, so no surprise to see 6 staying on.
Now opportunity to see Ritzy Flyer. Having heard from Sue Reynolds, shall we take a closer look at the way he jumps at certain times through the race? Here he is, he's running out of trap 1.
Yeah, 4 is Mind Your Toes, and these 2 are the 2 qualifiers, and from the first bend onwards, there's not a lot between them actually, and 4 has got the advantage in the early stages. Now here comes Ritzy Flyer up the inside and just takes it up by about half a length. Jumps better than 4 in the first one down the back straight. 4 jumps better than 1 at the second one down the back straight, which is what Sue was referring to. But Ritzy Flyer now kicks on and goes on to win by 2 lengths over Mind Your Toes. And they pretty much dominated the race throughout.
There you go. Let's go to some Hove pictures. We can take a look at Patadel Zorro. Let's have a look at Patadel Zorro, because this one was bumped at the first and then I'm going to say bothered from about the 4th bend or before that even.
The speed that Patadel Zorro showed to get to the front. Yeah, I know he didn't handle the first bend particularly well, and he allowed Coppice Fox up the inside, and as you say, they sort of held hands a little bit for the couple of strides down the back straight. Goes on again, Patadel Zorro, real good speed on the flat, and can jump, but as you say, 6 Coppice Fox comes back to have another hold hands and a little bump and a word. No one changes head angle, just company required.
Yeah, and the time's perfectly fine.
That's because Patadel Zorro is quick.
Quick, very quick. Catch me, try and catch me.
Yeah, 8 to 11 there, Patadel, and 11 to 4 Coppice. So, they dominated the market, they dominated the race.
Now they all mix them all together now in a lovely cauldron of exciting hurdlers. What do you do? On seeing the speed for the 2, I'm encouraged. I'm not phased at all by the 94 out to 72 at all.
No, I think when you get to a final, the betting's just what people see and feel on the night. Obviously, Droopy's Chaser was very impressive for Paul Young. Racing Post napping 4, so you can expect some support for that one. Coppice Fox, I think he showed there, he's as quick as any of these.
Yes.
Just a question of if he wants to put his head down and do it. So he couldn't be ruled out at all. The way that Patadel Zorro ran, I'd have to be with Patadel Zorro. However, he's going to give Ritzy Flyer a lovely run up the inside.
Beautiful run.
So you can understand support for Ritzy Flyer as well. They've all got cases and arguments to put them forward. I just think the speed of Patadel Zorro, if he can not run quite so off at the first bend, I think he could be away and gone and not caught.
Yeah, it's just lovely though. We have the Springbok. It's just great we've got the Springbok.
It's good that we've got so much promise as well.
Yes, that's good.
We've got different types of promise. You've got the speed of Patadel Zorro and speed of Droopy's Chaser, stamina from Ritzy Flyer, stamina from Coppice Fox, stamina from Distant George. Mind Your Toes, the outsider of the field, is the outsider of the field for a reason, but isn't that far behind them, but not quite up to these for me.
Yeah, good luck with your selections. Keep your tweets coming in. It's just wonderful, isn't it? The
Emails
Springbok.
galore.
Oh, Richard, there you go. This is great news.
5 just landed. Some of them are a bit late, but there you go. I'll get back to them. A couple of comments about Rab McNair and from Poster Pillar, so we'll get to them as well.
Ritzy Flyer further coming in to 9 to 4. Patadel Zorro, as we said, not phased at all, but potentially is going to give Ritzy Flyer a lovely run through the inside.
One of the owners of Killara Ivy.
Yeah, I hope that was a big cheer.
Calling her the Sprint Queen.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Deservedly so. What a thrill.
Thanks, John. I'll read that out in a minute.
Right, so they're all in. It's lovely. It's the inaugural running of the Springbok at Hove. Let's go to Pat.
Race number 6, the Coral Springbok Final. and they race away, and 4 went away with 5. Then comes 3, 1, 2 and 6, and trap 4 has gone clear. Droopy's Chaser, 3 lengths clear of Capiz Fox, followed by Mind Your Toes. Well strung out. They jump over the next, and trap 4 over safely. Shown a clean pair of heels, jumping for fun. Droopy's Chaser here is 5 lengths clear of Capiz Fox. They're a long way clear of the remainder as they face up to the final flight. Droopy's Chaser here. Exhibition stuff. 4 beats 5.
Said it all, didn't he? Exhibition stuff it was indeed. Droopy's Chaser for Paul Young. 4th win happens to be the Coral Springbok final. Look at that. 29.67. They haven't needed to round it up or down at all. 29.67 underlined, exclamation marks up in lights. That is very impressive.
500 metres, 29.67's decent. Over hurdles, very, very good indeed. And yeah, Droopy's Chaser got away to a dream start. Paladel Zorro missed the kick, but didn't really matter because Droopy's Chaser, I don't think, was for beating regardless of what any of these we're going to do tonight, because this is a superb performance. Putting on a show, putting on a display of speed and jumping, and great to see. And well done to Jeff Bomer, the 2 Bomers, and Paul Young, long-time owners with Paul Young, and obviously owners of the Thatcher's Arms just outside Brentwood.
Yeah, and it's Paul Young's first Springbok. 4, 5, and there you go, 1 in 3rd. Let's take in some more Irish Greyhound Derby heats. This is Heat 8 from last night. Saline Ollie, Garfini Blaze, Kapuka Warrior. Look who's in 4. It's none other than Clona Duke, 7 Beach and Sonia Ingrande.
Sonia Ingrande was first to show out the boxes in 6. Tremendous trapping ability, speed to the corner, but Clona Duke, yeah, we know what Clona Duke is, don't we? And he shows tremendous gears. Juvenile Derby winner, the track record holder at Toaster, joint track record holder at Limerick. He showed all of that here in the first round of the Derby. Gets to the front inside Sonia Ingrande. They dominate from 1st and 2nd. 3rd is 7 Beach, running decently for Jennifer O'Donnell, only a puppy in behind. 29.47. Clona Duke is back.
It's back in no uncertain terms. Trinity Junior, 8 to 11 favourite for Peter Cronin. Love the name of the 3. Scotty Scheffler. Ballymun Boy at 5 to 2.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler's one to put in your notebook. Yeah. Trinity Junior in 4, obviously recent Champion Stakes winner from the inside, and we'll move on past a bit of bother at the bend. And Trinity Junior in 4, led at the first, was never to be headed, and is very closely linked with Clona Duke on previous form, Juvenile Derby and in the Winter Festival. And finally got his day in the sun with the Champion Stakes, and this was impressive, 29.50. Ballymun Boy in 2, tight to rails.
Yeah, let's race on to Heat 11, and you can see Coulibaly Hoffa was 2 to 11 favourite. Check for Sir in true 8 to 1.
His first run since the 10th of September, about 10 months there I'll give, and moderately away. But he hasn't lost any of his speed, has he? He is a fast animal, and he flew to the corner, cleared them comfortably and went on in great style. 2 is Check for Sir for Carol Ramsbottom, showing nice pace on the inside. 5, Drombeg 10 finishes 3rd. That one wants the inside, overcame a bad draw to get through. 4th was Hawkfield Dora in 4, staying on for Keely McGee. But this was all about Coulibaly Hoffa, the anti-post favourite, 29.43.
There you go. Back to me. We'll have a look at a few more potentially later, but we have S2. Look at that coming up at Crayford. Sentinel. We had an email regarding Sentinel, didn't we? Early doors. That's 15 to 8, but 13 to 8 is Popsy Girl Keris in the 5. 4-dog race, not easy this one. This is where I went with 3 for the Trap Challenge. 540 metres, Richard.
Yep, up to 540 now. Sentinel in 3 for Dave Lee. 3rd in an S2 last time. Qualified over the trip a while ago. And has now come back to 540, having been mixing the 380s and 540s. Definitely a runner, but I'm going to go against you. I'm going to go with Popsy Girl Keris in 5 for Alison Kelly Pilgrim. I think the switch to Romford last time, can reignite the puppy. A September 21 pup. Been missing the break and getting a bit of trouble in previous races at Crayford over the 540. Went into an open at 575 Romford. Didn't really have a lot of chance. Started 14-1, but it's just nice for him to have a switch. And he's won. I can't remember what I wrote there. Oh yes, so he won his 3rd race of his career, the 8th race of his career. Now we're on race 16, so his wins have been spaced out, and I think he's due a win.
I thought you were giving me a maths problem there.
Yeah, so did I. I didn't really explain myself to myself.
Centre of a tabloid, you're giving me a maths result.
I didn't explain myself to myself. And I think it's time for him to win again.
Yeah.
I think he's got a great draw. Obviously, he's got a great draw in 5 vacants either side. That speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Emails.
Right, John Rooster, who says, Kilara Ivy, the sprint queen, what a dog she is. 47-year wait is over. Fantastic being out in the middle with all the owners. She must now be the best sprinter around. All the best. Very happy owner. John Rooster, part of the Legacy Racing Syndicate. Alan Hicks says, good evening, Tanya and Richard. Fantastic racing tonight. Quick question though. Outside of the Racing Post, has there been any coverage at all of greyhound racing in any of the national press?
What does Hobbsy?
The Star.
He's the Star, isn't he? Hobbsy.
Even on the day of the Greyhound Derby, we haven't seen anything reported. On the Greyhound Derby day, we did.
Yeah.
That was on Talk Sport.
Yeah.
Dave Clark did a couple of pieces on there.
And I think the Daily Record of all.
Yeah, I think there was 2 or 3 papers picked up the Derby. It's
up.
almost like our sport, doesn't it? So there are bits and pieces, but yes, of course we can do more. And
we've got to do lots
I thought
more.
That's what the PR at the GBGB was going to do.
We got SpaceJet tonight. I mean,
let alone all the other stars, like we've already covered a couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, you say you've got the biggest draw in the game at the moment.
Yeah.
People were comparing her to a dog that we haven't seen for 40 years.
So
quickly, this is all about From Post to Pillar and the Rab interview.
Excellent.
So David Munro says, hi Tanya and Richard, great racing tonight. Rab McNair, as always, is box office in an interview. But I was a bit concerned with his comments about From Post to Pillar and Toaster. In your opinions, would you assume from what he said that he won't run him in next year's Derby? Shame, because I just backed him yesterday at 50s each way. What Rab says one day he can change, the owners might change his mind. Don't throw your ticket away, you never know. But I think it was quite common knowledge that he's not a big fan, the dog, of what he did at Toaster previously. And Pat Quinn says, I agree 100% with Rab's assessment on Post to Pillar.
Excellent.
Pat, I mean, he's just a joy to watch, and I'll be agreeing as well because I'll be tipping him up later, despite having backed Wasted Monday each way in the Sussex Cup.
Yeah, I'll be with Wasted Monday, but I'd love From Post to Pillar to strut his stuff and do his thing from halfway. It's just that I sense that Wasted Monday could be. Also, I would love Derek Knight to be on that podium.
Yeah, it's a great race. That is a really good race.
It is a good race, isn't it? Yeah.
I think what Rab was right about is that the reason Hove, he suits the dog, and you should always look for a track that suits your dog.
Cool.
Doesn't matter what, as you said about Low Pressure and Crayford.
Yeah, I got that wrong, but no.
But you were right because he does like Crayford.
Yeah,
that was right. I think he's better than maybe we gave him a bit of credit for.
He was very busy early part, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And when he'd won that Crayford Kensington Ledger, he'd been busy, and now he's had his break and he's back. So perhaps I was sort of reading a little bit more than I need to. Yes, he loves Crayford. Let's go to Rockin' Robin for this 4-dog race.
And up on the traps of race 3, get ready to your selections. Here are the traps. And away we go. 2 and 3 broke well. 1-5 towards the outside. On the run to the first bend, Sentinel takes the early pace and goes a few lengths clear with Drama's Legacy and Chase in second. Popsy Girl Chemist is towards the outside and won the early bank marker. Swift Baldy with a lap to go. Sentinel for Dave Lee is out in front though at the moment. 5's trying to close Popsy Girl Chemist for Alison Kelly Pilgrim. It's Drama's Legacy back in third for Tom Levers now, and then Swift Baldy for Kerry Daly. They're down towards a penultimate return. Sentinel's done all the way so far and still has a healthy lead off the final bend. 5 still trying to close, 1 in behind them, but 3 doing enough to win. Sentinel wins for Dave Lee.
Yeah, Sentinel, when it was contracted in price from 2s right into 6 to 5 on the off. And for those that did indeed support Sentinel, was rewarded with this run to the first bend.
Yeah, nice trapping, good early speed, got to the front and dominated the race exactly as you'd like to see a well-backed favourite doing so. And yeah, well found Tanya. That A1 speed coming to fruition over the 6 bends. I thought 5 might have made it quite interesting coming home, but for this third bend here, so as we come around this third bend, I thought 5 was going to clear 2 and go off in pursuit of 3, but then just got back legs taken there and 3 was gone. I think 3 probably would have won anyway. 5 might have made it closer. So don't give up on either of those. But Sentinel, yeah, onwards and upwards. And I should think S1s, I should think even a maiden open might be back on the agenda. He tried one of them not so long ago and only got beat a length. So as we've said earlier, it might be easier to try and win a maiden than it is to win an S1.
Yeah, certainly nowadays it could well be. 6 wins from 21 starts for Sentinel, and good luck if you are now going to attempt an open. 7:36 at Hove was the inaugural running of the Coral Springbok. It went to Droopy's Chaser, trained by Paul Young. Let's go to the presentation.
Well, it was some run, wasn't it, from Droopy's Chaser, the first Coral Springbok final to be held here at Hove. There's the £5,000 cheque, and holding it proudly is Jeff Bomer. I mean, that's fantastic.
Isn't it? Yeah, well pleased. First hurdler I've ever had.
Is it really?
Hey, you know, normally the same as him, they start wrong, but now he's come right. Yeah.
Well, he jumped so well tonight, as if he's done it, you know, all his life.
Natural.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to thank Jim Austin, our friend.
Yes, what's Jim's connection?
Well, when he ran at Toaster and it wasn't too straight, he ran there and Jim said, why don't you put him in the Springbok? And here he is.
And here he is. And you do know the champion hurdle apparently is a few weeks away at Crayford, so I don't know whether that's on the agenda, but...
Oh, I'll have to have a word with our trainer.
Should we have a word with the trainer? That's you, Mim, obviously. Youngie says direct all traffic to Mim. That was a great run, wasn't it?
Oh, really good run. He's a natural hurdler. He's a big thanks to Barry O'Sullivan who schooled him too for us, and all the team at home too, our physio and all the girls at the kennel and the lads. Yeah, big team effort.
Paul said to me earlier, you know, he's not won the Springbok, so there's a first, and look, you know, hurdling, not for everybody, but when you get one that jumps, to watch it is fantastic.
Yeah, it's great watching, and you know, we had to put him over hurdles, but he had the pace on the flat, but as he's took to it, he's a natural, and obviously he still makes a little odd mistake there, but no, really happy and really pleased for Jeff and everyone involved.
So, yeah, hopefully champion hurdle at Crayford, maybe give it a whirl?
Yes, over 380 or 540?
Be 380, I guess.
Yeah, that's all right. Hopefully.
In his head up there, yeah.
What do you think, Paul?
Yeah,
definitely. There we go. Word from the boss. Good luck anyway. Great result. Well done. Thank you.
A suitably very happy Paul Young there. Even got a word from Paul. He's now got a very good hurdler on his hands. Darrell's been a very busy boy this evening. As you'd expect, he's been getting all the key interviews. Let's go back to Darrell now.
Well, no rushes. Good makeup, good draw for you tonight, I guess.
Yeah, well, she's the only wide. I think she's probably the only wide in the competition, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, she wants to be out there, so yeah, it's good for us.
And she's a bit of a competition dog, isn't she? She pops up in you know, these finals on a regular basis, Darren.
Yeah, we're always the bridesmaid. We've never been the bride yet. So, yeah, I mean, look, she's good at what she does, and she gets through, and you know, she's out wide there. But it's very hard running against dogs. You know, when you're a bitch, it's very hard. But no, she's been a credit to Callum and John who own her, and to the kennel, really.
Are the guys here tonight, or are they watching? They are.
Yeah, they're here.
So cheering nice and loudly. I mean, look, these finals are very, very hard to win, absolutely, and perhaps this final more so than most tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like, she could do with taking a flyer. I'd rather see her in front off the second, and you know, some very good dogs in there. So she's just got a break. She normally fluffs the lines in the finals, so we shall see.
Well, listen, let's hope she surprises you, because you know, get out and give herself a chance, and then who knows, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, you know, like, people look at finals and they think this is a certainty, and then the outsiders go and win, and it's all, you know, just luck on the night, basically.
All right, wish you the best of luck. Thanks for the chat. Thank you, Darren. Cheers.
There you go. We head into, though, this 7:56, the Coral Finals night, 500 puppies. And what a lineup we have here. We've already heard from Mark Wallace telling us all about Rapido Lady. You've got, and also he did say about Ballymac John, but we can take a look at Marie Champion. This is Marie Champion at Toaster. Derby, round 2, heat 3. And in trap 5, just for context, was Tommy's Boss.
Yeah, Marie Champion from trap 1. Obviously, we know he's a strong runner and he gets himself in a good position. It is Tommy's Boss in 5 for Reggie Alder that trapped in front and got away. And you're looking behind thinking, oh, he's a strong dog in 6. It's Doghouse Dazzler from Nathan Hunt's a 5.75 regular at Romford. But to be fair, Marie Champion runs away from the pair of them. Gets inside at the 3rd bend. The 4 to 7 favourite wins by 3 3/4 lengths, beating Tommy's Boss into 2nd, 5 to 1. Doghouse Dazzler was 3rd at 10s.
Then, since then, Marie Champion ran in the match race against New Destiny, and then luck deserted and, you know, just disappeared completely on the 9th of July. It's come back doing a 29.47 trial, showing that none the worse for being that ball bearing and a pinball machine, as I said earlier, which is good because Marie Champion has won 7 of 11. And we can't wait to see him bounce back to form. This isn't a gimme, though.
Yeah, the 9th of July was the qualifying round for the Juvenile Classic, the final of which is tomorrow, and the final of which, New Destiny,
yes,
the match companion, and with Marie Champion, is the strong favourite for Mark Wallace. So that will put some context into that as well.
Yeah.
Marie Champion, for me, I thought was nap of the night. I was hoping for even money. I thought Ballymac John would make the market. I mean, he beat Marie Champion in the final of that competition on the 29th of April. He was 5 to 1 Marie Champion, and Ballymac John was a 7 to 1 chance. He got an absolute smash break from trap 5. Now he's back on the inside again. He just hasn't repeated that trapping ability since that early stage of his career. He did it once at Toaster, did a 4.11 shortly after the 29th of April, but generally speaking, he's lost the trapping art. So I have to go with 2. I think he'll definitely get the run. King Coombs in 3 from the McNairs really stepped forward. The Toaster trial much better than the Central Park trials.
Yes.
So obviously coming forward, but the Hove sprint trial, the 515 doesn't tell us much, and the sprint trial didn't tell me anything at all. So I'm a bit in the dark with King Coombs, so it needs to find a lot. Mark was talking quite a lot about Rapido Lady. For me, she was coming up just a bit short from what I've seen of her. She might well end up being a really nice bitch, but for the moment, I think she's just not quite as good as these, and I think the market tells you that they think the same. 16 on Betfair at the moment. And then Tomo's Bullet for Paul Young on the outside, Billy Boyle, Grant Hatcher, Mr. Thompson. Difficult one again to weigh up. Romford form, and you come to Hove, and all you've got to go on is a couple of sprints, and they weren't very good. 16.79, 16.54. I would expect better. So that looks a big ask. So I think it's all about Marie Champion, and another winner for Graham, is it Graham Ash, Sean Gresham, and Dave Lawrence.
Yeah, let's see. It's a good contest because we're going to see Marie Champion here, and let's hope Marie Champion puts in a brilliant performance. Indeed, clear run for 1 and all here, but the expectation is you can see 4 to 5 Marie Champion, and a big cheer for Dave if 2 can run a big race. Any more emails yet?
Loads of emails, yeah.
This is great. Right, Thank you very much.
I've got some quick ones. Bobby Clark says, brilliant show. Richard and Tanya, I think Rabbi's great on TV. I'm on Lively Lauren Anti-Post and Posty for the Sussex Cup. I've just backed the No Rush bitch. I think really well drawn tonight. Thank you, Bobby. Yep, Darren's with you. Les Howie says, great listening to Rab McNair. Greyhound Racing needs more characters like Rab. If he says it's true, Poster Pillar will win, and they will be lining up eggs to rub his face in them. If not, great racing, Irish Derby. Looking forward to Space Jet as well. Thanks, Les.
Excellent.
We've got stars coming out of our ears.
We have, and they should be up in lights. And yes, memo to the powers that be. Let's go across to Pat Kelly.
Race 7 over 500 metres, the Coral's Finals Night 500 puppies. And they break away then on the run to the first bend. Ballymac John shows on the inside with 6 pacing up on the outside. Then comes Marie Champion. They're followed by 3 and 4. So off the second bend they come. Ballymac John takes over, accelerates 2.5 lengths clear of Tomo's Bullet. Trouble at the back of the field. And trap 1, Ballymac John for Mark Wallace making the best of his way home here. 4 lengths the good of trap 6, followed by 2 and 3. But trap 1 here, home for all money. Good performance type for the placings.
Ballymac John wins the 7.56 for Mark Wallace. Second was a greyhound that had 29.28.
Very, very close for second.
Close for second,
Very
sorry,
close.
apologies. In that close finish for second is King Coombs, and he has caught my eye because he's so green. He's just stumbling and running everywhere, and yet he's flown round to...
Not a lot more could have gone wrong for Marie Champion, and he's in the photo for second.
Yeah.
He's absolutely come home and, like, he's going to have to go up in trip. I think that's going to be his answer. Ballymac John obviously loves Hove, and he's back to his best. And Mark Wallace, who am I to oppose Mark Wallace? That's madness. I should know that. It's a great run from Ballymac John, a totally deserved winner. Then she said, we'll look at those behind, and yeah, King Coombs all over the place, running into dogs.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what he's doing, where he's going. Marie Champion again here, look, comes between the two. They get sandwiched a little bit.
Yeah.
And, very, very close between the pair of them for second.
I'm loving
Ballymac John's splendid isolation out in front.
With experience, 3 is, he's a lovely sort. It's a 1-3-2, 1-3 and 2. 29.28 though for Ballymac John. Let's head across to Crayford, and we have an intriguing race here because this is where I put 3 into consideration. Richard, your thoughts on this contest?
Well, Patch the Rabbit did me a big favour when landing my nap on the 11th of July 2 runs ago from a similar makeup, albeit it wasn't a 6-dog race that day. And that was in an A10, and I just thought that she was going to start coming forwards. It didn't work for her last time out. She found herself in bother. But 2 moves off here. Teamage Blue definitely wants to be off.
That's no good
from
for my
2,
3.
which is going to give 1 a great draw up the inside. So Patch the Rabbit is my selection, but I'm a layer of Ascot Izzy, the Racing Post selection here in 4.
If you're not familiar with Ascot Izzy, I was lucky enough to be in here on Tuesday, loving every minute of it. And it ran in what was Tuesday 7:07 at Crayford. That run on the 18th of July, Ascot Izzy was running from the trap 4, which it says on the card, obviously, and it challenged throughout. And the race turned then into be a crowded race, which contained Scrambled Egg and Ellie's Pet. And there was plenty of early, but for some reason they all got in each other's way, and a similar scenario happened again on the 25th. Ascot Izzy just needs a little bit of luck, a little bit. She says you've just flagging up why that you're opposing. At the moment, she just hasn't got that stride of acceleration to get away from getting crowded.
Yeah, and she's 15-8 favourite in her 2 runs back. And I'm surprised that she's as big as 7-2, because I thought she was going to be about a 2-1, 9-4 chance again here.
Yeah.
The drift for Yoshi, for me, is no surprise because, as I said, 2 moving off, we give 3 a hazard. 1's got a lovely draw. Yes, there's a bit of money for Patch the Rabbit. I could understand that. Swift Liam in 5 is a pup with potential. Hasn't shown much yet, but is definitely capable of more. And 6, Knocknolola, another pup, but only 1 win from 15. I wasn't too struck by Knocknolola. But Ascot Izzy, currently racing at 30.3 last time weight, 30 dead the time before. I'll go back to when she won on the 30th of March. She won an A9. She was weighed in at 29.2. So she's normally under 30 for sure.
She's 34 tonight.
30.4 today. She's just at the wrong stage coming out of her season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like to see them. They might run well after, like she has done, 4 or 5 weeks. But when we get to 6, 7 and 8, I'll need them to be at least 8 weeks to start showing improvement again.
Could be a case that you need to be out, and that would then be, I know you said 2 runs off, but 2 might be out and that's it. It could be a case with that scenario. We shall see. Now the moves come for Ascot Izzy.
Good, pleased about that.
Yeah,
Shorter the better.
I was illegal. Me and Tony were illegal on Tuesday. We got reprimanded. We were illegal with our lays. We drifted out. Yes, we went from something like 2s to 11 to 2. We did very well, the pair of us. Doris.
Illegal lays.
We were.
Ken Parkins asking, what was the forecast for 5 and 6 in the 6.58, please? I can tell you, £31 and 5 pence. That was where there was a dead heat for second. Thank you for that, Ken. Mark Jackson says, I'm with you tonight throughout, hoping for a bit of mischief as the evening progresses as time permits. Swords Rex, Space Jet, 2 of the best greyhounds in training. Large double. If it goes wrong, time to regroup and go again, says Mark.
Oh, Mark. Just 15 minutes or so to the Coral Sussex Cup Final. Let's go to the 802 Crayford.
Head up over the traps of race 4. Get ready to your selections. Here are the traps. And away we go. 4 broke first from 5. It's 3 to the inside, 1 in behind that, and 6 on the run to the first bend. 4 just about leads from 1. It's 5, 2 in behind that. 3, 6 is next though. Ascot Izzy is out in front though. It's Swiftly in chase in second. 6 in behind that. Knock the Lola's making a bit of progress out wide. 1 in behind that is Patch That Rabbit. 3's in behind that and 2 Yoshi, and then Deanridge Blue though out in front. 4 leads from 5 and 6 trying to close though. And tight finish to race 4.
Very tight finish. I think it might have gone the way of the youngster, and another win, second win of the evening for Jean Lyles. It's a close finish. 3 totally fluffed the start, 2 didn't even get a chance to run off. 5, who potentially is the eventual winner, seemed to find so many traffic problems here. Oh dear, legs got pulled back, and now Ascot Izzy scooting away. But this is a scenario that you were flagging up. She's still carrying a lot of milk out of season.
Yeah, and she got to the front last time and ended up finishing 3rd. So she's not, and we know her weight's, probably best part of a kilo overweight. I mean, if 5 had run without running into 4 twice,
yes,
would have won about 6 lengths. I still think Swift Liam has won, and yes, I think he's won by about half a length.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, well, not half a length.
6 is 3rd, but I mean, he's a real pup with potential.
Yeah.
But is Crayford really going to be his track? That's my worry. It just doesn't look a Crayford dog to me.
No, it doesn't look does he? Let's sneak in one of the Irish Derby heats from last night. It's heat 13, and look at these superstars. Rahamofo in trap 5 at 13 to 8. Hawkfield Blue was 1 at 5 to 2. 2 Gaytime Hugo 130.
Yeah, the Bold Freddie was the big price here, and obviously he was a really fast dog a little while ago. Came over to England, didn't go well, but Hawkfield Blue on the inside for Keely McGee races to the front and kicks on and shows really nice speed with Hawkfield. We've seen a few of the Hawkfields have plenty of early pace. The Bold Freddie showing early in trap 4, second at the moment, but here she comes. Here comes Rahamofo. I mean, we've seen her win the International, you see her won the Oaks, she's run Ballyboola Red close and beat him. And she sails past Hawkfield Blue to win 29.66. Impressive.
Oh, look at that lovely presentation going off. It's the Summer Graded Night Trophy. Oh, apologies, remiss of me not to have noticed it was a trophy race. It went to Swift Liam. And there, Swift Liam is, Jean Lyles is the winning trainer. Congratulations to Miss R. Rennick and Mr. A.W. Shaves. They're the owners of Swift Liam.
Ruth and Andy.
Ruth and Andy. Well done to them. Is the result 24.36 as well for the talented youngster. Trap 5 was the winner at 4 to 1, beat the 4 11 to 4, and 3rd was 6 at 4 to 1. 21.24 is the forecast. We're going off for a break.
At William Hill, we get the value of football, the value of the players, the value of the win.
It's nothing can happen. You need more goals.
The value of your bet. This season, we're giving you our best value ever with William Hill's epic value. So, whether it's Acca Freedom, 3 or 4, or epic odds, we've got you covered. Real value, week in, week out.
It's epic!
It's who you play with. William Hill.
I can look at 12 horses and the form all at once. Come on. The app is my paddock.
Once the race starts, we don't bother with cheers in our house.
When the race is on, I try to remain calm. If it's possible to love a four-legged beast and a wee tiny man sitting on top of it, then I love you!
Boost your racing odds at ladbrokes.com.
Betfred presents Check out our exclusive offers every day. Play in-store and online with Betfred.
Well, Canley Monsoon took off, didn't he, last week, Derek? That was a phenomenal run in the semi-finals.
Yeah, it was a great run. Really pleased with him. You know, he's a very fast dog. I laid him off, probably wrongly, through the winter for the Derby because I thought he was a serious Derby contender. And, you know, in hindsight, probably the wrong thing to do. You know, they say keep running them when they're running well, but I wanted to keep him sound and safe. Laid him off and he just never come back. He didn't take to Toaster, didn't run particularly well round here, and then the last couple of runs he's really performed well again. Took some weight off him, which is good. I wish I could lose weight, but I took some weight off him and he seems to be, and we changed the feed as well, to be honest, and the dogs have run a lot better since we changed it.
So I guess the question is, you know, can he reproduce? Well, he obviously can reproduce that run, but you know, what are you thinking tonight? Can he get himself in a pitch and get out and dominate?
I hope so. It's the only way he's going to win it. He needs to lead the 2 and the 3 dog up. It's a hot race, isn't it? I mean, Rab's dog last year was just outstanding. He's possibly come back to a bit of form, which is not great for us. But he needs to lead the 2 and 3 up. If he can go round in front of them round the first corner, it's a really strong dog. Belinda Green's dog's a nice dog. Stays well. 6 really runs well round here. So tough race, but you know he's couldn't be in better form.
And this has been a race. Look, I know we've got to go back a good while, but it's been a race that's been kind to you know back in the day.
A long time ago, I can't even remember.
Oh, turn of the millennium, you know, just about squeezing in. Yeah.
I know, I don't even look at it anymore. No, I'm going to say it, at the end of the day, if you haven't got the tools, you can't do the job. And, you know, it's a very hard game at the moment. Dogs cost telephone numbers. These dogs, like the good ones from Ireland, they're paying fortunes for them. The dogs in the Derby at the moment, I mean, most of the top ones are 40, 50 grand dogs. And we haven't got owners that can compete like that. The Candlem 6, you know, Stuart, who runs a syndicate, he buys the dogs. He's been with us for a while, very loyal, deserves a nice win, you know, and it'd be lovely for him if the dog could do it. But and the kennel staff all work hard. And as I say, we haven't got the tools. But do
you find that frustrating sometimes? Then when you know you still do the job, obviously, but if you haven't got the greyhounds, it makes it that much tougher.
Well, yeah, we treat them all the same. A11 open race dogs, they all get the same love and attention, and they all get good food, you know. But you do. It's nice to have a good dog, so you've got something to look forward to. The staff, especially the youngsters, they love it and want to go open racing. I still want to go. I've still got it. You know, it's in the blood. I still want to get up and. You know, go with them and take them away, and if I can, my legs are not good now. I struggle. Toaster, it was embarrassing. I mean, I needed to get a taxi.
A long walk.
A taxi to the pickup. I was giving someone a lead, get my dog. No, you know, it's still there. The buzz is still there, and it'd be great for the connections, the owners, the kennel staff, if we could nick it.
Well, I tell you what, he comes here in fantastic form, so who knows, it could just be your night. Let's hope he runs a big race for you.
I hope so. We have a nice dog in the race after as well. I think a lot of having his first race for...
Hollow Man.
Yeah, Mick Williams, Debbie's partner, who sadly we lost Debbie. So, he looks a nice dog too. So, something to look forward to.
All right, hope it's a good night. Nice to talk to you,
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Oh, it's box office. I know we've had lots of emails for Rab, and of course Rab is superb. But to get an interview with Derek Knight is an absolute treat, and he was in such good form. Lots of humour from him. He's won the Sussex Cup with Astrogen Eulogy in '98, Smoking Bullet in 2000, Loz's Dream in 2002. Can he do it 21 years on with this one dog? We shall see. We'll build up then to the Coral Sussex Cup Final. We've got some great interviews courtesy from Darrell. Let's have a look then at how they got to the final. Let's start off with Belinda Green's Wasted Monday. And Wasted Money in this semi was running from trap 5. And it's a great performance by Wasted Monday.
Certainly was, and didn't get a clear passage at all. Got bumped in the run up a little bit. Gets bumped here on the crown of the bend on the quarter point, and from 4 and goes on. 4 being Queen Pink, she was quick away, always there. Drive on Lad in 1. 6 is No Rush, who qualifies. Savannah Top Cat in 2. High quality first semi final, but Wasted Monday very impressive here. Goes on to win by 1 3/4 from the staying on No Rush in 30-24.
Interested to hear from Derek saying that with Candle in Monsoon, he's taken some weight. He's changed the feed. He's taken some weight off, and you can plainly see that on the race card. This greyhound went up to 35.2, and last time out was 33.8. Let's take a look at Candle in Monsoon, and this is a second win on the bounce, having won the heats, has then come on no end to win this.
Yeah, and improved the trapping here as well. In trap 2, Candle in Monsoon. Showing pace on the outside, 5, Ninja Kerry, 6, King Stevens, who had the fastest sectional of the first round. Ninja Kerry bumped out of contention, and Candle in Monsoon rode the bump and went on nicely. 1 was Rathnagor Sid for Paul Young, showing up plenty of speed, but doesn't quite get home. King Stevens also doesn't quite get home in 6, and they got in each other's way. And it allows Stella's Fruity, who we'd seen earlier on, and we know stays well for Richard Rees, but this was all about Candle in Monsoon. 5 1/4, 29.98, impressive.
Yeah, it makes you sit up and take note. We'll show you the bit of box office footage shortly from the dog himself, who will be coming from trap 5 as he is this evening from post to pillar. You can see how they bet there, and of course this is a really mature market. I mean, they've been anti-post for the competition from a long way out, and indeed for the final, Richard.
Yeah, there's umpteen ways you could look at this race, and so we've said, I think most people have said on this show, that from post to pillar sometimes divides opinion. I think Rab was quite clear and categoric that he said his toaster form doesn't represent him, is the bottom what I take out of what he said.
Yeah.
So we'll judge him on his form round Hove, and that's very good. And I think I'm going to have to be. I backed Wasted Monday each way anti-post after the first round, because I thought he ran an absolute blinder in the first round in defeat, and 14-1 was available. So I've had a bit of that each way, but from post to pillar for me, I think is the one. Let's have a look at the semi-final win then from last week. Racing from 5 as he does today. 6 was 4 from 2, showed out early, quick from traps. 5 from post to pillar, gets in a handy pitch, but he gets a right old bump at the bend. 2 and 3 are Droopy's Google and What's Up Eva. So classy, pacey dogs as well, but he rides the bump, straightens himself up. His back straight is just a joy to watch. And he's a joy to watch in full flight anyway, this dog, but certainly at Hove he gets a chance to really stretch out and show what he can do. And he's running away from Droopy's Google, which is no mean feat. No, very nice dog of Nathan's, and strong as well. A 3-length victory in 30-25. So 30-25, 30-24, 29.98, the 3 winning times. It's not about times, is it? It's about winning, qualifying. Semi-finals are about qualification. Now the final's about winning. I think Wasted Monday may well be playing minor honours here, because I think from post to pillar is just too good around Hove.
Let's give a fair comment to Droopy's Google, as we've seen in that from Post to Pillar contest for the Nathan Hunt Racing Club. That's Greyhound has been taking on some might in the career already, and he's got such a CV of his own. Stella's Fruity in 3, 4 Richard Rees. She chased home Candolim Monsoon. Prior to that, she chased home Havana Bailout, so good luck to her from trap 3. She's won 14 of 39. And then No Rush in trap 6 for the Carol Weatherall Kennel from Monmore, and kind of overlooked and done exceptionally well herself. She's beat Queen Pink in the heats, and then she was the greyhound that finished second to Wasted Monday. So good luck to all involved. This is a great final.
This is a proper Category 1 final. Final. You know, as you say, their CVs speak for themselves. They've all earned their right to be here, and you overlook No Rush at your peril, I might add, because you know, if anything makes half a mistake, she'll be the one that pounces. She, as Darren said himself, been too often the bridesmaid, yet to be the bride, but I think it's just a yet. I think her day will come, if not today.
Please, everyone gets a clear run. Good luck to all the finalists. This is the 2023 Coral Sussex Cup Final.
Race 8, the Coral Sussex Cup Final. And they break away. One gets a good break on the inside, leads up with 4. Then comes 2, 6, 5 and 3 around the first 2 turns. It's Candy Monsoon out in front here, being chased by Droopy's Google. They're followed by 4, 5 and 6 with 2 bends to go. Catch Me If You Can. Candy Monsoon, trap 2, snapping at the leader's heels from post to pillar. Eats up ground. They come off the final bend, and he's a brilliant front runner. It's Candy Monsoon for Derek Knight.
I wonder if Derek's going to get a taxi to the podium. He was in great heart. Derek has won his 4th Sussex Cup. His last one was 21 years ago, 29.62. Congratulations to Derek Knight and the Candolim 6. We'll hear more from them shortly. Let's go to Crayford for 714 metres. 4 dogs here. Ragtime Honey and Ragtime Sid both represent Teresa Dornan. 6 to 4, the 4. Then we've got Runny Egg in the middle of them, 11 to 8, and Loffrey Lass in trap 3. I like the 4, but there's a big, I mean, 4, when you look, go rewind to the 4. 4's got superior times, but that's not current.
Right, so Sid's won 2 714 open races in his career.
Yeah.
Honey, Ragtime Honey, has won 3 714 open races. That just gives a slight edge to Honey. I think she'll get first run over Ragtime Sid. Runny Egg's the one we don't know much about. The market tells us we should be looking very closely. Just the one run over the 714 metres. Was beaten 13 lengths behind Silver Bow. Found loads and loads of trouble, but did start 18 to 1. Therein lies my issue. Yes, I know 1 and 4 have got similar profiles. They start big prices in good races over 714 as well.
Yes.
So Runny Egg's got to enter the calculations because we just don't know what he's capable of doing over this trip, but I'm going to side with Ragtime Honey.
You're with Honey. I'll go with Sid. I'll just chance it because it's an ugly 22nd of July, but prior to that it's a very attractive. But it's a good contest.
It's a very interesting contest.
It is.
I know it's only 4 runners, but this is still very much you know, proven against unproven.
And 2 laps of the track, Robin will say.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Staff reminder.
As they are going in the traps. Oh, fantastic. Oh, it's lovely to see Derek. It's just great scenes. Derek at the podium. We're going to see that shortly. I think he's a little bit shocked. We'll see a little bit more. Hares on the move at Crayford, 714 metres, the 820.
714 metres, 2 complete circuits of the track. Here are the traps, and away we go. 1 broke first from 3 to the inside 4 on the run to the first bend. Ragtime Honey set in the early pace around the first couple of turns. Running again, chasing second with Jean Lance. 3 in behind that, Loggery Lass for Robert Emery. In the bank marker, Ragtime said for Teresa Donald this early stage. Ragtime Honey's the leader for Teresa Donald up front though. 2 in second. They've got a few lengths clear of 3 and 4 now. They've still got a lap to go as they pass us. 1's got the inside run and 2 the outside now. Coming to challenge Running Egg, trying to get up the outside there. But 1's battled back. Ragtime Honey not giving up the inside and still holds the lead. 4 staying on in behind him is Ragtime Sid's made a bit of progress towards the outside now, and 3 in behind that. 4 round the outside of them both, and has gone several lengths clear now. It's Ragtime Sid that kicks on to victory alone in front of the final bend. 1 in behind that. 3 making late progress though, but there's only 1 winner. Ragtime Sid goes on to win the Summer Graded Night Trophy.
Another trophy competition. Teresa Dornan wins with Ragtime Sid. Gifted the race, I think, is the best way of explaining.
Yep, it looked between the 2 Ragtimes. I thought when Honey had gone round in front, she might have just done enough. I fancied her to get first run over Sid. However, I didn't anticipate Runny Egg running alongside her and stopping her from doing what she wanted to do, really, which was go on and win. She tried really hard. She fought off to a couple of times the attentions of Runny Egg. Robin very nicely put it that, you know, she's holding the inside pitch, and I just think Runny Egg was just happy to run alongside her, and gets to here, goes half a length up, thinks, oh no, I don't really want to go on, I'll wait for him. I'll wait for her on the inside again. As you can see from this point, Ragtime Sid's getting closer and closer. And then as they go down the back straight, they're effectively like handcuffed together, aren't they?
They are.
They're not allowed. 2's not allowing 1 to stride out, but not allowing himself to stride out either.
And then 3 comes into the back of them.
Yeah, and by that time 4's gone 8 clear.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ragtime Sid has done everything right, and Ragtime Honey wasn't allowed to.
You said it's going to be very close for second. Yeah, they might. I'll give you a notification who's runner-up a bit later. Well, there you go, 4 beats 2. 4 beats 2 in the end at Crayford for the Summer Graded Night Trophy. Talking of trophies, at 8:17 was the Coral Sussex Cup Final. Let's look back at the replay. Favourite was in 5 from post to pillar, and on initial break, it was a good break for Wasted Monday, but on the inside.
4 came away well, but not as well as Candle in Monsoon, and you know, the interview with Derek may have been all telling if we'd listened a bit closer when he said he thought it was going to be a big runner in the Derby, and he mucked it up, and now he's got him back and in form. Changed the feed, sorted him out, taken a kilo off in weight. Everything's good about Candle in Monsoon. Well done, Derek Knight. Excellent training performance, because this was a really gutsy run, because Droopy's Google was very, very close here.
Oh, it's a run a blinder as well.
I mean, Wasted Monday's had every chance, to be honest, and from post to pillar has done everything wrong early and done all the running late. I think we'll have to see. I think from post to pillar we'll probably have to step up a little in trip maybe, because you can just see the amount of running he does in the latter stages. But Candle in Monsoon was a deserved winner on the night.
1, 2 and 5. 2-1 your winner, Candle in Monsoon. 12.51 and 20.83. Candle and Monsoon improved in time in each run. 30.23, 29.78, and tonight 29.62 in winning the Sussex Cup Final. The next big final, well, that'll go off at 8.54. Superstar at the moment is Space Jet. I think Darrell's caught up with the trainer.
Well, 3 semi-final winners for you last week, Matt, in the Regency. Of course, end of the day, that means nothing. You've still got to win the final tonight, but some serious chances there.
Yeah, they weren't great. I couldn't fault them, really. Swiper was the first one. Big price, hit the front, just kept pulling out a bit more. He's a hard dog to pass. I mean, he doesn't have a true racing line. He's on the rails in middle, and I've seen him sweep out wide round bends as well. So, yeah, look, it was a great run. Lively Lauren, I mean, she's been fantastic all year for me. Runner-up in the Brighton Bell, so it was always a plan to go 6 bends with her and bring her back here for the Regency. So.
Before we get to Space Jet, tell me about the dilemma you've got with Swiper and Lively Long, because are they looking for the same ground potentially?
Yeah, I love them to be drawn the other way round. But Lauren's got enough about her. She should be sort of clearing Swiper. But look, whatever goes around that first bend, they've all got to run, I think. Yeah.
And obviously, look, Pace Jet, I mean, we've run out of superlatives to describe her, but you've brought her back from season. She's won the Durando. I mean, I was looking back, she's not run sort of below 700 metres for 2 years, and here she is, you know, after last week's amazing run in the semis.
Well, sort of people forget that she won the St Ledger and she broke the track record doing so from behind and passed some great dogs. I mean, Nighttime Danny is no slouch, and she come from behind him to win. So it was a case of, like, what do you aim her for? Do you sort of tick about in sort of a threes on and marathons that probably won't fill, or should we have a crack at this? And all our prep runs were here. You know, I've always been a lover of Brighton, good, safe, sound track. So our prep runs were here. She trialled against Lively Lauren, was about 10 lengths behind her and got beat like nothing, and then was flying to the pickup. So it's sort of a natural thing after the Durando, which was the main target this year, to have a crack at this. And the shorter run to the bend, she doesn't drop herself out as much. I mean, she's sort of turning sort of like fifth and only sort of like 5 or 6 lengths behind them, rather than sort of marathon. Sometimes she drops herself off with a long run at the bend, like 10 or 15 lengths to sort of make up. So yeah, she's fit, she's well. She's on her A game. That she's 4.5-year-old now, so we know how she works, we know how she ticks. So that's a bit of a bonus for us, really.
And that's the thing, you're going to be watching this race, you're going to need like 3 pairs of eyes almost, and certainly one as to where she... I mean, has she even surprised you, just how well she's run at Hove, as we say, because it is 6.95. I know, I take on board what you're saying, but it is 6.95, isn't it?
It is 200 metres shorter than she wants, but I was always told when I was training here, and I've already known it, you need to stay. I mean, that's 6.95. And then to do it week in, week out, you know, it's tough. It's tough. And look, the going was -60, -45, which would probably play into her advantage. I'm here tonight. It's probably the other way. I'd say sort of a normal to fast track tonight, which is not going to suit her, you know, coming off with the pace. But look, she's fitting well. Let's have a crack at it.
Well, it's fantastic. And whilst all that's going on, you've got Ivan Exile, of course, down at Oxford as well in the Palma. It could be quite a night, couldn't it?
Yeah, it's been a stressful week. I think it could be a very good minute. I think there's a minute between the 2 finals, a good minute or a bad minute. But, yeah, look, it's great to have him there, being my local track, having one in the final there, 20 grand, good prize money as well. Drawn 5. He's been getting there, you know. He got to the final of the Laurels. That's not the dog. I mean, he's better than that. He didn't really show in the final. Disappointed a little bit. And then since we've changed a few things with him. There's a bit of sun on his back helps as well. Taking him to Oxford, and you can't fault him really. He got picked up last week, but the time was decent. I wasn't too worried about that. But he's fitting well and he's good to go.
As you say, it could be a magical minute. Who knows? Good luck anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
At Bet365, we take horse racing very seriously. We go out of our way to feature every race that matters. If it's important to you, then it's important to us. We're the world's favorite online betting brand for many reasons. Horse racing is just one of them. Gamble responsibly.
And here's today's favourite, number 4, First to Feel Rain. And you can see why, Gina.
He hasn't got the most attractive head, but he has an impressive turn of foot for his size.
He must be 20 hands at least.
Just loves the big occasion.
Feature at stud, Gina?
Not sure, Matt. Unlikely to be wanted for breeding. Worthy favourite, Matt?
Definitely the favourite, Gina.
Even the Irish will back this English banker.
Don't feel like a punter, feel like a favourite with great offers on the Paddy Power app.
Want betting on the horses that leads from the front? You're on. With live streaming of racing 24/7 from around the globe. And daily offers, including extra places, 3 uni boosts a day, and our best odds guaranteed. You're on. Plus today, get money back as cash if your horse finishes 2nd or 3rd on selected races. Unibet, you're on.
Hey, I'm Gary Ashburn, and I've been working in the world of collectibles and memorabilia for over 30 years. I'd love you to join me every Sunday night at 10 p.m. for Collectibles Guru, where we showcase awesome items from the worlds of sport, music, TV and film. You'll hear the stories behind the genuine signatures and get a front row seat into the world of sport and showbiz. So tune in every Sunday night at 10 p.m, only here on Sporty Stuff TV.
Welcome back to Racing Post Greyhound TV. We've got a couple of quick races coming up. First of all, the 8:35 from Crayford, and then we return to Hove for the 8:38. This 8:35 at Crayford is an A8. You can see a 5-dog race, and the 3-dog opened up as short as 11 to 8, now out to 2 to 1. Probably finding its price, as now it's out to 9 to 4. This is a race that I thought that Runaway Harper had every chance of obliging. A good winner last time out, Richard.
Yeah, it was indeed. Stepping back from 540 to 380, and it duly did the trick again there for Runaway Harper. But second time up now and up to A8 might make it a little bit more difficult. The vacant trap inside definitely helps. So yeah, I can understand there's some support for Runaway Harper. I actually like the look of a Sultan, the drifter in 3. He's only ever had one A8 race previously, and he won that. Obviously, he's had some fitness issues, been on and off the track, but he's back now. Was 9 to 4 favourite last time, ran pretty well in defeat, and I thought he could make up some lost time. Now dropped to A8 from A7 since the spring when he was last racing regularly. Couple of results for you at Shelbourne very quickly. Heat 16.
Yes.
Which is the third tonight. Ballyhimmock in Rex in 4 beat 3-6-5 in 1, and Fay Point Angry in 3, 29-33. So a decent time. And Heat 17, Sober Glory in 3 beats Tommy Hewick in 6. That's the first wide seat to qualify tonight. And Hello Mom in 4 for his third, 29-45 for Sober Glory. Obviously the pup in 5, or the young Cree Jojo stepping up in trip. Don't know what happened, I haven't seen the race, but obviously things didn't go to plan for him.
Next race sees the likes of Scaglietti in 4, and Droopy's nice one in 5. It's just every heat is just bursting with superstars.
Scaglietti's first run back from being on the deck in behind Trinity Junior. Yeah. Michael Casey says, "Hi guys, great show. I had a few bob on Ballymac John since this morning. Good winner for Mark Wallace from an inside draw. Anyway, just going off topic now slightly, I'm heading off to the National Stud at County Kildare in the next couple of weeks, which I do every year, but sadly my old friend Kicking King won't be there to greet me this year. But I will still say hello to some names that you might remember. Hardy Eustace, Rice of Passage, Forheen and Hurricane Fly, to name but a few. I'm sure, Tanya, you'd have fond memories of these wonderful warriors who are now enjoying a well-deserved retirement. Wonderful horses, gave us all magical memories, and you keep up the good work, guys."
Yeah, give a pat to one and all, not that you can really. Hove betting is 7 Broadstrand Noah, 4 Hollow Man, 4 Droopies by a mile, 2 Macho Camacho, 9 to 2 Greedy Punter, and 7 to 2 Ballsy Bullet.
Email from Bry Kelly 3 from Bry. He says, "Good evening, Tanya and Richard. After some rough races recently, our boy, a Sultan,
Yay.
aka Chaz, deserves a change of fortune tonight. A clear run could see him go very close." I agree with you, Bry. He says, Tommy Kelly and all the staff work so hard with all the dogs. It's a privilege to have my dogs with such a brilliant kennel. I cannot thank them enough. And we're all very happy. Hammers as well. Come on, you irons," says Bry.
Oh, come on, Chaz. Oh,
come on,
it's
Chaz.
Great when you get more of a
I take it that's Brian. Yeah, Brian Kelly, Mr. B Kelly, the owner, with Tommy Batchelor. So, good luck to you. Adam Aitkins says that 2020 race at Crayford, where Runny Egg looked to hold back Ragtime Honey, actually looked as though they were both slowing down for what they thought might be the pickup on the far side during the last lap. Might that have been a possibility? It's not impossible, Adam, but I do think they were just cuddling each other up. He says, and this one's Tom McMillan says, "Surely a couch for Runny Egg. No interest in chasing that hare."
Oh, back to a shorter trip.
John Crawford said, evening. It's apt that Springbok was on tonight as Runny Egg Trap 2 should be in the next one. Thanks, John. Gavin Hurren from Post Pillar has to be the most overrated dog in greyhound racing. As much as we want, as much as we want a superstar in action, let's not keep hyping up average dogs. That's a bit harsh.
Oh, it's very, very hard.
Post Pillar is a poor trapper, doesn't have early pace, and absolutely no track craft. Well, you obviously didn't see the video we showed earlier on. A superstar he is certainly not. That's your opinion, Gavin. You're welcome to it. I disagree.
Very harsh. They're all in the traps here at Crayford. After this race, we'll be rushing across to Hove. Hare's on the move. Let's go to Robin.
And up over the traps for the Mr. Blue Sky Stakes. Here at the traps. And off we go. 5 first from 6, though. It's 2, 3 and behind that on 1. On the run to the first bend, Runaway Hop was the leader, but 6 has got round the outside. Dance Trent out to lead. It's November Rain towards the inside. Sultan is next. Ellie's Pet's next as well. They're down towards a Penalda at turn. 6 has the lead, though, with 5 in behind that and 2. 1 in behind that and 3. They're off the final bend. Dance Trent leads. 5 trying to battle back on the inside, but doing enough in front. 6 wins Dance Trent for Kerry Daly.
6 for Kerry Daly Dance Trent. That's the first 6 dog to win this evening. It was 12-1 in the Trap Challenge. Now, my nerves are jangling because I've been very bold here and probably incorrect and naive and everything under the sun. But it was nice of Darrell to... I didn't really need to nudge too much to ask Derek about Hollow Man. Let's have a quick look at Greedy Punter, though, who is quite a big price. Oh, it was 5s into 7-2. Greedy Punter impressive here in this bit of footage.
Yeah, lots of early 359 sectional, which is very good. Got a 356 on the card as well for Seamus Cahill. All in A1, so obviously he's a regular good speed trapper and early speed dog. And got to the front here and dominated. Johnny Rocker in Trap 1 was the 11-4 joint favourite along with Greedy Punter. Finishes second, got crowded at the first and was never really in contention. 2 3/4 lengths, a comfortable victory for Greedy Punter.
I've gone with Hollow Man.
Yep.
Method behind my total madness is Derek Knight juveniles. You don't often see them in open races. Obviously, you see the trials. He was going to be put in an A1, so why not go in an open race? Not really got early. If you read back through his Irish card, which is not much of, it all says finished well.
Yeah, in A3, A4 company as well, still got to find another few lengths. However, that last trial, 29.45, compare that with Greedy Punter's best time, 29.42, puts him there with a shout. I like Droopy's by a mile, overpriced for me. Sub 28 round, one more.
Here we go, nerves jangling. Whatever happens, I think Hollow Man will be a nice dog. Let's go to Pat.
Number 9, the David Dark 80th birthday trophy. And they're on their way, and Trap 3, the first to show. 6 goes up well, followed by 5, 2, 4, 1, the back marker. Around the first couple of turns, Droopy's by a mile out in front here, being followed by Hollow Man. Midfield on the outside, Ballsy Bullet, big gap between first and last. Trap 3 here, still travelling well, Droopy's by a mile. Hollow Man runs a belter here, the debutant for DK, but they come off the final bend, up towards the line. Trap 3 stays every metre. 3 beats the eye catcher in Trap 2.
Want one. That's what I said when I put up it as a nap. It just... congratulations to Droopy's by a mile. Nathan Hunt Racing, great winner. 29.20. I've been really unlucky. But what a lovely dog. You can see why he's got it for Hove.
Absolutely. And maybe even further in due course. But Droopy's Mile has already been further in due course.
Yes.
So that sub 28 run at Monmore really stood out. This looks an opportunity for him here. He took full advantage. He did win here back in April as well. So he's proven to like Hove. Brought him back and he got a good start out of nowhere, to be fair. So well done to Nathan. Great run from Droopy's by a mile. But yes, Hollow Man has got to take... pride of place in the notebook going forward. I mean, Ballsy Bullet in 6 has run well for Paul Young as well. They're a kennel banging form at the moment, and just had the 11 races for him. But just shows you how good the front two are. 29.20. And what's he got beat? Length and 3/4, length and a half.
Yeah, not far at all, is it? And he's not big. He's deceptive. It says that he's around the 34 kilo mark. But great run by Hollow Man, a better run of course by Droopy's by a mile, who's trapped out really well there, and a good performance. We owe you the replay from Crayford for race 6, the 8:35 there. Vacant trap in trap 4, lots of trouble in the race for the 3 dog.
Yeah, unfortunately a Sultan, Brian Kelly, unfortunately found more trouble here. Matching stride for stride with 2 at the corner. Couldn't get round him. 1 now gets himself involved. As 3 tries to straighten back up again and then runs into the pair of them. They all do each other no favours at the back at all. Dance Trent, on the other hand, up front for Kerry Daly, has got to the front and strode on nicely. Runaway Harper in 5, chasing, but does need to be in front really. And therein lies the problem for Runaway Harper, not able to catch Dance Trent, who's a nice winner and a second dancing winner tonight after Disco Pence won.
5-2 joint second favourite to beat the 5 dog, the 7-4 favourite, 8:36 the forecast. Hove result, it did go to 3, Droopy's by a mile at 6-1, beat Hollow Man at 7-2, and third was Ballsy Bullet at 5-1. We owe you a presentation at Hove. Let's go and see the presentation for that Coral Sussex Cup.
Well, you could hear the cheers from the locals. Canley Monsoon has won the Coral Sussex Cup, has won it for Hove, and it's won it for this man, Derek Knight. You were due one?
Yeah, well and truly. No,
08, 98, 0002.
Keep rubbing it in.
You're back, Derek, you're back.
Yeah, not before time. No, delighted for the kennel. You know, Maria, Natalie, Nigel's not here, Julie, Ellen, Callum, they all do their bits and work hard. And as I said earlier, it's a buzz. It's just reward for the hard work.
It is a buzz, and you know what, as we said earlier, I mean, he was peaking at the right time, wasn't he? And he's delivered again.
Yeah, like a rerun.
He's delivered, he's beaten the postman.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when the lid's open and he made the bend, I thought the dog that was second going around the third bend, oh my God, it's going to pick him up. But he gets this well, he kicked on again. You know, he's a lovely dog, he's in great form.
You are so proud, and quite rightly so, because I think it's important for Hove, amongst other things, for your kennel, but also for the track to keep a big prize at home.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Coral's Entane, whatever you want to call it, they put a great night's racing on. I mean, the crowd's great. It's probably the best night of the year in greyhound racing in this country. You know, superb dogs and great racing and variety. It's what it needs. You know, we need good prize money to try and encourage owners into the game and keep them in it.
Well, you've done that. I'm going to have a quick word with Stuart over here, who represents the syndicate here, the Candelim 6. He's holding that. I mean, this is an historic trophy, as Pat was telling us earlier. It goes back to yesteryear, but you know, it's so important.
Yeah, Derek's done brilliant for us. We've had a few dogs with him, but Tony's really, really great. We're over the moon.
And he came into the final, didn't he, having run so well last week, that you must have thought, you know, we've got hope here. Were you believers?
We had a little bit of hope, yeah, but you never know, do you?
Tell me about your other owners. How did you get together?
We were on holiday in India in a little village called Candelim, and we decided to have a syndicate. We're all family, and so we called it the Candelim 6, and this is the result of it all.
And this is the rewards. Listen, congratulations to you all. It's a brilliant achievement, and you've got a greyhound at the top of his game, and who knows what's next?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully the Derby next year.
Derby next year. Well done. Well done. Thank you.
I mean, it's just phenomenal, and so is Derek Knight. 25 years ago, he won his first Sussex Cup. I don't think he'll thank us for reminding him that, but it just shows you the longevity of the genius himself that is Derek Knight. He was in such good form. We've got the Regency coming up next, a huge final, the PGR Regency Final, and that goes off at 8:54. Let's have a look at Swiper first of all. One of 3 in the final. We're going to look at all Matt Dartnell's dogs. They all won the heats. Let's have a look at Swiper.
Yeah, I have to say big well done to Matt for doing this. Swiper wins the first from trap 1, and he was a decent price, wasn't he, on the night? And he beats Jack Tavern Magic in 5, showing plenty of pace on the outside, but very wide for Mark Wallace. Jurassic Rose, who we saw earlier on, I thought ran an absolute corker of a race here in Trap 2, came to challenge coming into the last couple of bends, just wasn't able to get through or get by, and sort of ran out of steam a little bit doing a bit to try and get to win the race, and allows Jack Tavern Magic just to get back up for second place wide on the outside. In behind there was Savannah Queen in 3, Gutsy Jet in 4.
Well, Barry Clegg's with me now. Swiper in the Regency tonight, of course, 1 of 3 for Matt Don. A bit of a sort of Walthamstow old friends reunited going on here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we know each other back from Walthamstow days at the owners' bar. Great times.
So this is Kern Rushton, of course, and Dave as well. Dave Cunningham.
Yeah, Dave Cunningham, Kern Rushton, and myself. Me and Dave play golf, and it was actually during a round of golf that Dave said, "Would you be interested in having a share in Swiper?" So sort of gladly accepted.
Absolutely, and obviously, of course, as we know, one of 3 semi-final winners for Matt last week. So you must have been chuffed with that.
Absolutely. I mean, it was just out of this world, really. Just great to be in the final, and what a great final to be in. I mean, if you believe the bookmakers, then we're the outsider, but we're just really pleased to be in the final and just having a good night.
Mind you were a bit of a prize last week, and look what happened.
Swiper is sort of surprising us in a way. He's always, in this competition, he's been the outsider just about all the time, but he's surprising us all the time. And he's a young dog. Hopefully sort of further improvement in him, and got to be in it to win it.
I'm guessing he's got to get himself in a good position early on, hasn't he? A mareing is I suppose the difficulty, because you've got the likes of Lively Lauren, etc. there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for him to have a realistic chance, he's either got to lead or perhaps just be behind a Lively Lauren. But as I say, really we go with no great expectations. Outsider, let's just enjoy the evening.
Listen, no better advice, and that's the whole point of it, isn't it? You're a greyhound owner, sit down, have a lovely meal, and who knows? Look, we wish you well, we wish you the guys luck as well, and who knows?
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Darrell. Just have a good night, and let's just hope all the dogs finish safe and sound, clean run race, and the best dog on the day wins.
Thank you, Barry. Good to talk.
Cheers, Darrell. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Here they are at Crayford. And this is a race I like, Capel Cutie. That's providing Capel Cutie can ping out around the 13 dead mark. It was a Capel Cutie that did the 13.71 before she went on to win so well over the 380 metres. Then that's the issue. The track looks fast tonight. It's suiting those that ping out, and she should get first run. And by then, if she does, it's fingers crossed that the line comes in time for her.
Well, you quoted the 13.71, Tanya. 28th of April, she did 13 dead.
Yes, she does.
Big difference.
Big difference, yeah.
So, with that sort of speed, if she comes away and does that...
She's beautiful.
Then for Robert Emery, she could easily make all. I totally agree that's a possibility. I think there's one that might just beat you, and that's Born a Trooper. On the inside, it'd be his first 540 since January. And he has won an S5 and been runner-up in an S4 prior to that. And he's also been over 714, so it does stay.
Yeah, he's got issues, haven't I?
So he's a lot to like about Born a Trooper on the inside, but we are winding the clock back a few months. So
doesn't matter.
Therein lies the gamble you've got to take. You either do or you don't. You either go for the leader, which around Crayford is obviously a regular thing to do, or you're going to go with someone to find a bit of form out of nowhere and come and win, which Born a Trooper could do.
She has to lead, because that's her skill. If she doesn't lead, I don't think she certainly won't come from behind. Not even over. She won't come from behind over 540.
She does look the most likely leader, though.
Yeah, that's the difference,
doesn't she?
She does.
So
always got to go well out the boxes.
Yeah. Bob Boswell's been in touch and says, can we remember that dogs that we're talking about belong to someone? They are their pride and joy. Someone has spent their hard-earned money on them. Love watching them race. It's not very nice for people to say they should be retired. I myself was a victim of a racing manager being asked their opinion or whether they would DQ a dog of mine on RPGTV. It's just not nice. Certainly never mentioned retirement. That's not something we put forward. And all I'm saying is what I see. I've had one myself. well, more than one.
I had plenty.
One of our last ones was a massive big red card, but it happens, and if you don't recognise it, then you'll never move on, and you need to move on.
Yeah,
yes, it's not nice, but...
Not nice, but
yeah.
I had Penny's Jackal, enough said. Hare is on the move. Let's go to Crayford.
And now post the traps away 7, get ready to your selections. Here are the traps, and away we go. 6 first to break on the outside, 3-1 pretty close, 2-4 in behind that. Round the first turn, a bit of scrimmaging at the back, but it's 3 that leads. OK Paul Cutie for Robert Emery's got to the front and goes a few lengths clear. Now Canturk Breeze towards the outside with a lap to go. Runaway Misty's making a place towards the inside, 2 in behind that. Christina's Reiki towards the back, and Bonner Troopers the back marker. 3 leads though, but 4 moving well into second, and he's gaining ground on the leader. 6 the outside though, Canturk Breeze. 2, 1 in behind that. 3 leads though. 4 challenging inside and 6 the outside. They're off the final bend. 3's gone on though. 6 down the outside. Canturk Breeze. Canturk Breeze may have got up to win for Nick Carter, winning the Summer Graded Night Trophy.
Oh, there was no trouble behind. She did her job. She was brilliant. But we'll look at the replay and suffer later. Congratulations to Nick Carter though. It went to Canturk Breeze, and now we can enjoy the Premier Greyhound Racing Regency Final. Let's have a look at Lively Lauren then. We've taken in Swiper. Let's see Lively Lauren win her semi.
Yeah, good semi it was as well, and she got away to a fantastic start in Trap 2, Lively Lauren, and she was soon to the fore and soon dominated. 3's Bubbly Scorcher, 4's Baggio's Champ, 6 is Hope's Woof Woof, 1 is Roll on Sydney, 5 is Turkish Lira, and she strung them out like washing already with a lap to go. And it's only Bubbly Scorcher really in any sort of challenging position. The rest are really just playing for third place. The front 2 pull well clear here, and still in front after the line is Lively Lauren. Bubbly Scorcher comes to challenge. Both of them stay this trip nicely. And Bubbly Scorcher tried a couple of times, challenged on the rails at the 5th, wasn't available to do that, changed outside. Only half a length between them, 42.09, and 2 still in front, look.
Let's enjoy the craft. That is Space Jet. She's just superb. Let's hope we see her skill this evening.
Yeah, we heard from Matt saying that she doesn't completely drop herself out with the short run to the corner, and as you can see, she's in shot for most of this first 2 bends or so. 4 Lightfoot Falcon, tremendous early. We saw him racing earlier on today. Savannah Heros does stay, prefers to be off the rails, so overcame them 1 draw to qualify. 6 Ted's Dexter, we saw him earlier. He's a real genuine salt with plenty of speed on the outside. 3's Romeo Turbo. 5 is Droopy Senorita, the marathon dog, and Space Jet appears out of the back of the telly, weaving her way through. She comes inside all the way this time. Previously she'd done both. Gets up again, wins by a neck, 42 dead. Fastest time by 9 spots from last to first.
And at the moment all still as we build up to this final.
Andy Burnham says, good evening Richard and Tanya. The most people know I'm the greatest fan of Space Jet, and I have been for years now. A stayer like her only comes along once in a generation. I really hope she wins. The trip is a concern though. Come back safely all dogs. Kind regards, Andy Burnham. Robert Clark says, Posty, average dog, do me a favour. Yep. Yeah, I have to agree with that one.
I'm afraid. Yeah.
Kevin Goodchild said he was with Hollow Man. That was his nap tonight. Have a great night. Great information as always. Thanks from Kev. Thanks, Kev. Keep in touch. You're a great emailer into the show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hollow Man. Yeah. That's in my notebook. I don't do notebook dogs. Yeah. But that was in the notebook before it even took to the track.
I've got a few in tonight, I must admit. I do notebook dogs.
Yeah. But you sensed, when even in the interview about Candle in Monsoon prior to the Sussex Cup, Derek's mentioned Hollow Man. You can see why now. Yeah. He'll be over the moon, and so will Connections with that run.
And I'm sure the winners of this Regency will be as well. £20,000 category 1.
Savannah Heros, there's Diana Henry. Good luck to Savannah Heros. That's put in some mighty races. Only 13 races so far. Bubbly Scorcher, Paul Young. Could he have a Springbok Regency double? Yep. Mark Wallace has Jack Tavern Magic.
He's looking for a puppy winning Regency double. My next best, Space Jet. I almost went with Lauren because I think she's excelled in making the final unbeaten. But she is an unstoppable force when she gets going. Space Jet.
She is the sports heroine. Let's see how she gets on here. Let's go to Pat.
Race number 10, the Premier Greyhound Racing Regency Final, 695 metres, and they're on their way, 2 well away with 1, and it's trap 2 live narrowly from trap 1. They're followed by 5, 4, 6 very wide, 3 somewhere drift early doors, but Live Lauren has escaped the attentions of Swiper, though, who is showing good middle pace. Just had to check there. Swiper, 2 clear of 1 now, followed by 6 on the outside. Then comes 5, 4. Space Jet is playing catch up, but now begins to hit top gear with 2 bends to go. 6 lengths covers the entire field. It's Live in Lauren out in front here with 6 on the outside, followed by 1. Then comes 5. Space Jet finishing like an express train here up towards the line. A great champion. It's the mighty Space Jet.
Oh, goodness me. I mean, even if you didn't back her, you have to cheer her. That was phenomenal. How many times were you thinking, is she going to get there? Is she going to get there? And then suddenly she's just something else. She is the sports superstar of the moment. It's Space Jet. And it is a 1, 2, 3 for Matt. He has got the 1, 2, 3, Space Jet, Swiper and Lively Lauren. And Richard, well done. This was your nap, but I mean, this is a sports nap, isn't it?
She's brilliant, isn't she? And you're asking the question, can she win from there? Can she win? At every single stage of the race? And you're looking at the other dogs thinking, don't want to be behind that one. But the inside battle actually could have gone more in her favour, because I thought Swiper was a hazard for Lively Lauren, and she just manages to clear. I think she got her back legs clipped a little bit just before that second bend, Lively Lauren. But here 5, Bubbly Scorcher, trying to move off, doing 4 no favours. Jack Tavern Magic, well, he just runs the widest course of any dog in training at the moment. And here you're thinking, well, she's still got 6 or 7 lengths to make up on Lively Lauren. And as I said, in the semi-final, we saw Lively Lauren still in front after the line from Bubbly Scorcher. But here she comes. She is unbelievable at how little crowded she gets in a race. Even when she goes to the smallest, tightest inside gap like she's done tonight. She went inside 4, she's inside 5. She even wants to go inside 1. And then she comes outside 2. I mean, she is just remote control. Enjoy her for as long as we've got her.
Just words just are not enough.
No.
They're not enough. I just pause there because words are not enough. I just want everyone just to enjoy her, because she is... she's carrying the sport, and she's just phenomenal, isn't she? And she's, we've just had a treat, and I've been told I've got to do a Crayford replay, and it seems irrelevant.
Before we get to Crayford,
rubbish.
I need to do my one little stat I said to you earlier.
Go on.
Just to give you an indication of just how good she is. I tried to find the most recent dog who's done what she's done, or what she's done now. TV Trophy and Regency.
Yes.
Spirit and Louis. Went and pulled him out. Pulled out his Hove times. I know the tracks are slightly different, but the distance is still the same. He did 26.94 or something for his lap time. Fastest sectional off his fastest overall time. Space Jet, prior to tonight, 26.72. Nothing else in recent times has broke 27.
She's just a phenomenon.
She is unbelievable. That means she's giving Spirit and Louis 1.5 to 2 lengths and beating him. It doesn't seem real.
Yeah, people are just waiting. The camera. There's just not enough cameras really to do her justice. She just leaves you speechless, because you don't think at any point that she can do her Houdini act. Superlatives have run out with Space Jet. As no doubt she's being greeted on the track. Oh, here come the snappers, the photographers. Steve Nash, no doubt, on the track. And there's Darrell. There's our Darrell. Rob Avery. And,
Can I just say, for the owners, Kern and Maggie,
Yeah.
I've known them for years and years. Kern used to own dogs with John Prince, I think, back in Hall Green days. And Maggie used to work in the Hideaway bar at Walthamstow.
There she is. There's our heroine.
Here comes. Kern's got a bad knee, so he's not the most. He won't be the swiftest getting to the podium.
No.
We were comparing bad knees at Toaster in the Tarfy Farm.
There you go. Oh, we've had an absolute treat, haven't we, this evening?
Absolutely, she is just an absolute joy.
She is. Yeah, Pat's just saying, I think we've seen one of the greatest.
Mark Burridge in the shot as well.
Yeah.
Maggie in the check jacket.
He's run out of trophies to carve for her. That's the trouble, isn't he? And engraved for her. That's what it is. The Mark's there. He's thinking, what on earth trophy can I do? Jim Cremin.
Terry getting a well done.
Everyone wants to be a part of this, and no surprise. No sign of Matt yet, because obviously...
No sign of Matt, no sign...
No.
Well, he's obviously got other dogs to put away.
Yeah, he has. So, yeah, Terry's taken charge, doesn't he? He just can't believe it. All things there. We owe you. I think that... Yeah, I mean, she's won now 23 of 31 races, but that does not tell the story. She has such versatility.
Yes, it's with her sometimes it's not about the races she wins, it's the hearts she captures along the way.
Yeah. I mean, and there'll be so many...
Here comes Kern, the owner, with a bad knee getting there. Yeah, he did. Bless him, he couldn't get there any quicker, but he's there anyway, that's the important thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's wonderful. We saw so many youngsters earlier. I hope some of them have been sort of captured by the greyhound that they've just seen.
Her style of running is
her
what
style
catches
of running.
people's attention.
Yeah. She makes the impossible possible, doesn't she?
Calling for Matt.
They're calling for Matt. He's still trying to sort out Swiper and Lively Lauren. We'll pick all that a bit later on. We are heading off to Crayford, and they're on parade. And this is Popsy girl Aisha, who I saw on Tuesday. She made us sweat because Tony and I laid Doris, and Tony kept telling me Doris is going to pick her up.
Poor old Doris.
Luckily, Popsy girl Aisha just flew the boxes, and I think the 3:48 is no exaggeration. Thank goodness she came through the bars, and that just extra oomph meant that she hung on in the end. The only issue is when you watched her footage of all her races, at the final bend she tends to go wide. She didn't run accentuatedly wide on Tuesday, which was a bonus. Can she make all tonight? Richard?
Yes, there is a possibility of that. I mean, if she could do a 3:48 again, I'm not suggesting that she will, because it seems, the fastest she's ever done. Can she do it again? Well, we'll have to find out. Chances are she could. She's got a 3:56 on the card, 3:60. The 3:56 would be enough to see her round in front. I just think the wide running tactics up this another grade now, where she's meeting dogs coming down from better grades. So Runaway Rambler's been running in opens over 380 and 540. All right, big prices, not with any success. Chelm's Player, a regular in A3 and going very, very close to winning, and actually won an Intertrack before that, and he's going to be my selection, Chelm's Player. The class option. He reached A1 level at Romford, won an Intertrack here as part of his grading in process. I thought would comfortably clear 2 to the corner, and that would put him in prime position to chase and get inside Popsy Girl Aisha.
Hope up a score. Is there any need for a vote of Greyhound of the Year? She still has to win either the stayer or the marathon category, though. Stephen, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Space Jet.
She should win both, stayer and marathon, bitch, for me.
Dave Dixon just watched Space Jet win and didn't even think she could win watching the replay. What a fantastic
I've heard that before about her, and it's true though. He's absolutely spot
brilliant.
On. She does give you that, because she's, quite often you watch these videos back, she's not even in the picture.
No.
And then she just appears.
Yeah, yes.
It's just unbelievable. So it's better to be there because you see the whole race and you actually get to appreciate just how far back she is sometimes.
Yeah. I think she looked as though she took a pull just coming towards the final bend.
Oh, not yet.
She, alongside the 5, she thought, hold on a minute, I want to get through on the inside, show off a bit. And that was it's just phenomenal.
Andy Burnham says, evening again, oh my God, she's getting better with age. Fantastic, brilliant. Not even words to describe that. That is amazing. So, yes, well done, Andrew. Absolutely, totally agree. Chris Bullshaw loves Space Jet. She's not a carbon copy of Lydia. She did the same thing. Chris in Hemel and Gavin Harron. Wow, that's a superstar greyhound. That's what it's all about. Different gear in capital letters.
Yeah. It just, I mean, Darrell's trying to get in there, get in the crowd, have the crucial chat as the last one's got in at Crayford. Sorry, Crayford, about that replay, the 850, but I'd rather see about 10 replays, if not more, of Space Jet. Hare's on the move for this 9.05 at Crayford.
And up on the traps of race 8, get ready to your selections here at the traps, and off we go. 5 broke first from 6, it's 3, 4 and 2 on the run to the first bend. No ragtime Harry just about the leader, though Pops last year towards the outside. Chelm's players made a couple of places, falling beyond that clearly Crazy in the back. Marcus Runaway Rambler. They're down towards the penultimate turns. Ragtime Harry leads though 3, 6 making progress out wide again. Falling beyond that and 2, but 5's to 1 to catch. Ragtime Harry leads and Ragtime Harry wins. 6 in second, Pop Girl Asia.
And it is a win for Ragtime Harry, beats 6 Popsy Girl Asia. Teresa Dornant, the winning trainer. Here's a replay.
Yeah, another Ragtime winner. This one is Harry. Good start on the inside of Popsy Girl Asia. Stopped her getting the domination of the race. I thought Chelm's player turned in a perfect position to be the big challenger. But it wasn't to be. The third bend came and he wasn't too keen on that third bend. Ragtime Harry drove round, so did Popsy Girl Asia, and that's what got her up into second, as this third bend didn't suit Chelm's player's eye at all. And a good win from Ragtime Harry, Teresa Dawn and Steve Lamar. Go and get, is that, no, I thought it was a trophy race. I was to say go and get your trophy. Well done, go and get your winnings.
There's a result, 5 beats 6, 5 to 2 and 7 to 4 favourite. We owe you a replay of our previous race, which was a trophy race. Canterbury Breeze, congratulations to that. Capel Cutie just didn't get enough lead and didn't get any help behind.
No, she's a stunning looking dog, Canterbury Breeze. That's Silver Brindle. You don't see too many of them. And yeah, 3 Capel Cutie, as you said, you wanted her to get to the front and get clear. She did, but then you said in running, you said to me while they were running and we were off air, no trouble behind, that's not going to help.
No.
It didn't, did it?
No. 3, yeah, she's a beautiful sort, just like Canterbury's. She's got the lovely little white paws, which were accentuated over the 380 metres. She ran really well on Tuesday, and I thought that form would carry her home here. But although Runaway Misty, I think, has done her no favours because she's tried to crowd in behind and pulled her back a little bit, but by then Canterbury was on the premises and in a good position, and as it showed, has gone to win the 850 at Crayford. But now it is time for a break.
Betfred presents
Yes!
Check out our exclusive offers every day. Play in-store and online with Betfred.
The William Hill 5. Top tips for positive play. Don't chase losses.
What are you doing?
Know your limits. Get support if you need it. Take a break. Keep it fun. Find our safer gambling tools online or in shop.
It's the final straight. Your horse is challenging for the lead. Victory is so close you can taste it. You're This magnificent animal giving everything for his jockey. And in the last strides, your horse is beaten. Fortunately, with Coral, you'll get a free bet up to £10 if your horse finishes within a length of the winner. Available every day of the season. Coral.
Well, despite all the presentation and all the excitement about that for the PGR Regency, the Greyhounds are out and ready for the Coral Final Night's hurdle. We have no 2 box here, that's always been vacant. Regency Spirit is a very short price favourite here from Magical Oscar. Richard, how do you see it? Is this just straight Regency Spirit, or has Magical Oscar got the chance?
I just think he's just absolutely on a roll at the moment, Regency Spirit, and in a mood that's hard to beat. He's won 6 of his last 8 races, and he's been evens or odds on in all 8 of those. I just thought he'd probably win. I know you're taking him on, Tanya, but I thought he'd probably win. And I thought, rather than bet 4 to 7, I'd rather take slightly evens, maybe odds against the forecast 5 to beat 3, because I don't see any others.
Got a tweet here, JC3. One of the great joys of greyhound racing is watching a dog like Space Jet, wondering what's going through her mind when she's racing. Always seems to make the right decision in a race and not a jockey inside.
Well, that's what we were talking about that second last bend when she got upside 5. She just sort of just took half a second to stop.
She took a pull.
She just took a little. Do I want to go up the inside? No, I'll come outside this time. And she found the gap. So she's brilliant. And lots of more people. Lots of you emailing into the same effect. Philip Cornwall says, "Oh my God, I saw the Freak Frankel once. I've just seen another Space Jet. What a greyhound! Oh, love it. Absolutely. If you can't not love her, that's the point." Sean Gibbons, hi again. Word on Space Jet. Absolutely awesome. Different class. Let's all enjoy her while we can. She is pure class.
They are all in for this hurdle contest. Good luck with your selections. We're still taking in plenty of emails and tweets about Space Jet.
Race number 11, the Coral Finals Night hurdles. And they break away, 4 well away, ahead of 5. Then comes 1, 6 and 3 over the first 2 flights. And Regency Spirit takes over now with Be Hopeful giving chase. They're well clear of Bubbly Deputy over the 3rd flight, trap 5. 2.5 lengths to good at trap 4. And the impetus is still there for trap 5 here. And actually going away now. 3 lengths clear of trap 4, followed by trap 6. They face up to the final flight of obstacles, and trap 5 wins comfortably. It's Regency Spirit.
So a win for Ricky Holloway's Regency Spirit. That is a 22nd win from 64 starts. 29.99. 29.98 they've rounded it down to. And here is a replay.
Yeah, the initial one you see is the race time, isn't it? But
Yes,
Be Hopeful came away brilliantly in 4, moved wide. He's a wide runner at the end of the day. And 5 showed the speed and determination to get up the inside, and went on to win from there. Behind 1, 3 and 6, all very close. Nothing much between them. No room for 3, Magical Oscar. And down the back straight, all 5 greyhounds in shot. Not for long, because 5, Regency Spirit, starts to drag them out and stretch them out. Be Hopeful in second has run really well for Jamie Kingsley. And then 6, Bubbly Deputy, trying really hard. Paul Young in good form at the moment, the kennel. Magical Oscar never really at the races, and Regency Spirit, the odds-on favourite. A procession in the end.
Yeah, very impressive it was for Regency Spirit. And 1 took a tumble there. No doubt Insane Jagger will be given the best of attention and care there. We wish Insane Jagger the best, and let's go back and reminisce over Space Jet. We're heading to the presentation, and Darrell's got all the connections.
Well, the Premier Greyhound Racing Regency Final has produced quite a remarkable finish, and it's all about this young lady here. It is about Space Jet. Let's get in here and amongst the action, have a word first of all with Matt Dartnell, because what we've witnessed out there was just probably even more magical than we could have expected.
I watched it from the middle. I've lost my voice a bit, but I watched it from the middle, and I just couldn't believe what was going on. Like, you had, you know, decent dogs battling out at the front, and her...
Your other two.
My other two. You know, real good ding-dong battle. Then she was lurking in the mist, and, you know, coming home, and when Mark started shouting, I thought, he must think he's going to win from there, and, you know, he's never wrong, this man. So, look, it's a great team effort. Thanks to Mark, Dad, Charlie. I mean, we're a small team, we graft hard, and this bitch is Laura as well. And this bitch here, she just put us on places that we never thought would be, you know. And to do the treble TV trophy, the Regency, and the St Ledger, I mean, that takes some doing.
It's one of those nights when you wish you were here, and we were lucky enough to be here tonight to witness this. And of course, a 1, 2, 3 for you. We shouldn't forget that as well.
Exactly. I mean, I was just stood with the other owners there, and you know, they were just so happy with their dogs' performances, and it's a lovely position to be in, winning 3 semi-finals, but put the pressure on for all the owners. And great, they had a great night, all sat together near enough in the restaurant, and everyone's wishing each other luck, and you know, and it was lovely to be here, really. And what a beautiful trophy. I've loved this trophy for a long time. I watched Flying Winner win this trophy, and that's her grandmother, you know, so it's lovely to go back and win that.
It's great history. Look, she's done you proud yet again, and she's done you proud, Kern. I mean, hello. Look, I'm brilliant. I mean, we are just so lucky to be here, to be able to enjoy her and continue to enjoy it.
It's a treat to everybody in greyhound racing. We're very lucky. I think all the crowds love this bitch. They love the way she runs, and I just want to say thank you for Corals for putting on a fantastic night's racing, and to the Dartnell Kennel, who have been remarkable. They've been remarkable, and she's a treat. Nothing else to say, really. I can't say much more about it.
Well, we do run out of ways to describe her, and whatever she does, whatever she's asked to do, I mean, to drop back to 695 for this event.
I actually said to the trainer, this is the first time I dispute anything with you, because I think it's too short. He has just made me eat every word I could possibly say. So there's nothing to be said.
Should point out, of course, you had the second as well.
I even forgot about it. I'm sorry, Darren, and I'm sorry to the dog. He's improved fantastically. And, yeah, for the kennel to have the first 3, I don't know if anybody knows whether that's ever happened before, to have 3 in the race.
Well, we need Pat Kelly or someone to get onto that.
Have a word with Pat, Darren. But remarkable by these people, remarkable by this man and this bitch. And we'll never see anything like it ourselves.
We won't, will we? We'll never see this in our lifetime, will we?
No, I've seen it. I've been with her all the way, and so very pleased. And well, words don't say what she means to me.
And her grand dam broke track records when she was 4, and her dam broke track records when she was 4. So it's not the end yet.
And we'll leave that thought out there, won't we? Well done to you all. Fantastic, absolutely amazing.
Good girl. Well done, mate.
And a lovely shot there of Space Jet herself. Susie Dent said, "Evening, Tanya and Richard. They're still talking about Skurlock Champ nearly 40 years ago, and they still will be talking about Space Jet when a rocket lands in the back garden."
Yeah, that is Susie Dent from Countdown.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, well done. Thank you for getting in touch. Jim Parker says, "Can't believe the people call him Posty. I'm with Rabbi's a super dog, and give the winners some deserved credit. Most of the fools probably don't own dogs. Cheer the superstars, and we have just seen another amazing star in Space Jet." Thanks, Jim. The dogs are the stars, as we keep saying, and they absolutely
Who do you like here briefly, Richard? I went with Tommy's Business, but it's I see Roseville Beanie opened up at 7 to 4, now 11 to 4. This is another tricky 4-dog race.
It is, yeah. I'm with Roseville Beanie, despite the drift. She's been in good form over the 540. I thought her latest trial over 380, race over 380, the 23.90. Well, that's a career best, personal best. So she's obviously in great form at the moment, and I thought we'd take the last race here.
Back to the emails.
Yep, Paul Stevenson says, "Evening, Tanya, which I was thinking during the race, if greyhounds had jockeys on their back, surely Space Jet would have had Jamie Spencer as the hold-up specialist on her back. Is there a fan club for such a prolific greyhound? If not, there should be. I'd certainly be wearing a Space Jet t-shirt with pride, along with many other Space Jet memorabilia that I could get." Paul in Newark. There's an idea for Matt and Terry to sort out. Tony Newitt says, "Great show again. My late father-in-law Des Richards owned a dog called Rangy's Humoresque, who won the 1952 Regency 71 years ago. That was over 4 bends then, 525 yards. And the prize money was a massive £483. I've attached a photo of the card and photos that were gifted to me, I think, lively on in the final. All the best, Tony knew it. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, we've got those pictures. We can't really get them. They've all got a shade of blue to them. But yeah, very nice, Mr. D and Mrs. B Richards. So we worked that out to be how much, Tanya?
18 grand. Let's go to Rockin' Robin.
It's 9 here at the traps, and off we go. A pretty level break. 6 first to break and lead to the first bend. 4-3 in behind that on 1. Round the first turn. Borna Jangle is out in front there with Tommy's Business in second. 1 the inside. Boa Fantastic. 3 in behind that. Roseville Beanie towards the outside. They're down towards the penultimate turns. Borna Jangle with Kerry Daly's the one to catch though. Tommy's Business still with a chance in second. It's 3-1 in behind that. 6 leads though. 6 wins the finale. 4 in second and 3 third. Borna Jangle.
Amazing how the track has changed. It was all rails this morning, and then it went 2-2-3, and then 5-4-6-6-5-6 at Crayford. And Borna Jangle has ended the card then with a win for the striped jacket.
Yep, the vacant traps certainly helped. I know there was 1 in 2 as well, but the early pace of Borna Jangle with the vacant trap gave him every chance to drive into that first bend, and the son of Dorota's Woohoo kicked on down the back straight. A winning advantage over Tommy's Business, who's run perfectly well in second. 1 and 3 have tried their best in behind, but there was no catching Borna Jangle tonight. Another winner for Kerry Daly. She's had a couple tonight.
Yes, Kerry's had 2, as you say. Kerry's had 2, Jean Lyles 2, Teresa Dornan has had 2.
Both the Kerrys were trap 6s as well, weren't they?
They were indeed. We've had a great night at Crayford, and that's them has been ticked off.
Got some results for you, Tanya, if you
yes,
want to do that. Let's start with the Pall Mall, shall we? Should we pass that on? Lynx Maverick. Smashed out, made all, beat Eze. 3 beat 4. Don't know the time, but brilliant run. Well done, Tom Milbron.
Well done,
Happy birthday, Tom.
Yeah, happy birthday from me as well, Tom.
Yeah. Irish Derby, Heat 18. Scaglietti beats Droopy's Nice One, Chelm's Ramona, 4-5-6, 29-26 for the Conan Kirby third. Heat 19, Ballymac Jono, the winner, 29-60 for Liam Dowling, beating Beepers Lariat in 3, Stone Park Sid in 4.
Yeah.
And crucially in Heat 20, Trap 1, Undisputed, the winner for Pat Guilfoyle. She did 29-47. Second was Trap 4, Dale Road Duke. Third, Droopy's One Stop. Swords Rex not in the first 3, so possibly gone Swords Rex.
Yeah, we were saying earlier that Gaytime Nemo, our Derby winner, finished 4th yesterday, and it's only the top 18 fourths, so needed. Yeah, now let's have a look at the Racing Post headlines for tomorrow then. Destiny to cut loose in Juvenile Classic Decider. It is, that's all about new Destiny. And yes, it is in the Racing Post tomorrow. And the Juvenile Classic, part of the Super Sunday Classic. And there you go. Calder Valley Hoffa kicks off the Irish Derby tilt in style. We've been through a few of the highlights from last night, and no doubt through the Sunday programme tomorrow, there'll be the highlights from tonight. You can see Clona Duke flew round amongst other greyhounds. Unfortunately, as I just mentioned, Gaytime Nemo needs some help. There, here you go. Right, we've got just 1 to go from Hove. You can see Betsy's Bullet is 4.7 on the exchanges, but 11-4. Let's have a look at Betsy's Bullet. This is from the Sussex Cup heats. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Betsy's Bullet in trap 2 here, beating 4 from 2 in 6, who showed early pace and quick away on the outside. Had every chance in behind Betsy's Bullet, who managed to get to the front for Belinda Green and go on and score by just a half a length, because 4 from 2 doesn't give up. He continues to challenge and keeps challenging all the way to the line. Betsy's Bullet, though, she's tough, and she just pulled out enough. She is the current Brighton Bell champion, and I think in this race here she can beat the 2022 Brighton Bell champion in What's Up Eva. Both have terrific speed. SS5 new in touch for that matter. But that 15th of July was a good solid run. Third was Wasted Monday in trap 4. Fourth in 3 was Havana Top Note, just to put some strength to that race.
Thank you to MJS, top class action and RP Greyhounds this evening. Great viewing. Well, that's only courtesy of the Greyhound Racing that's made it so special indeed. Space Jet.
It's going to slap my wrist. I've been told off.
You've been told off?
Yeah, Karen Prince.
I've been sacked loads of times, Richard, so
Yeah,
you've got a lot of catching up.
Karen, I got the wrong John. She said, I don't remember John Prince ever having a trading's licence. No, I meant John Pierce.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, Karen. I didn't mean to put John in it or you.
Yeah, yeah.
Last thing I'd want to do. Keith Montague's been back on, said the only thing I have to say about from a post to pillar would be maybe he needs to step up in distance. I thought 6:30 Monmore would, in my opinion. And I will never knock the dog or any of its owners that need to be thought of. What a performance by Space Jet. Back straight pace is phenomenal. England's best dog in my opinion. Well done to trainers, owners of the finals, winners tonight, all of them from Keith in County Louth.
All very harsh. He's in a Coral Sussex Cup Final. He's done a lot of achievements. He's come third, and even in Rab's interview, he said there's quality dogs, and there was quality dogs. Candlin Monsoon was on a roll. Obviously, everything's easy in hindsight. We've done 29.78 last time out. Wasted Monday's come up, and he hasn't had the luck. And he'll be back. And they'll all be back, and it'll be great, and we can all speculate and discuss in the future. But it's harsh saying these most hyped up and everything.
You've got to take a dog on everything he does, not just one run.
One run.
Sam Lake says, hi guys, what do you think is better, Space Jet or I Am's a Royal? They both won the Regency, they both won Marathon Cat 1s. I think it's hard, but possible to analyse them. I'll leave that to you. Have a good night, says Sam. Yeah, it's too tough for me as well, Sam. I'll pass. I'll leave that for somebody who knows more than me.
It's always impossible to compare generation, because I said earlier to JK, is it heresy matching Bustino and Grundy to Hookham and Westover?
Yes.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
But someone who is
you enjoy
in
today's
the now,
battle for what it is.
Yeah.
And you enjoy it for that for what it was.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's how tricky it is.
Enjoy Skirlow Champ for what he was. Enjoy Am's a Royal for what she was. Enjoy Roxanne Magic and all the other marathon dogs you want to put forward that have done performances out of the top draw.
Yes.
Space Jet, he's up there as well.
But I mean, there's money for four there. But no, Space Jet. I mean, seeing how much it has sort of ignited the internet and social media just shows how much she means to the sport. And I just wish the sport would appreciate it and
pick it up and run with it more.
Yes, she deserves her name up in lights.
Quick result from Shelbourne?
Yes, please.
8:21?
Yes.
Ballymac Finn bounces back to form, runner-up last year in the Derby. 29.37. Goldie Rocks Magic is second in 2. Clonbrine Treaty, third. The Conan and Kirby winner.
Final race for what has been a superb night of action at Hove. Let's go to Pat.
Race number 12, the Coral Finals Night 500 standard, 500 metres then. And they're on their way, and on the monthly first bend. It's 2 and 4, followed by 3. Then comes 1, 5 and 6, and trouble the back of the field. But up front, neck and neck, What's Up Even, chasing Tommy T. Mid-division, Rafnagor Sid, but Trap 2 now has gone clear of Trap 4 in second place, followed by 1 and 3. On the run to the paddock turn, What's Up Eva for Richard Rees here. It's last year's Brighton Bell champion, as good as ever tonight. 2 beats 4.
And what a way to sign the night off at Hove with a win for What's Up Eva for Richard Rees. A double for Richard on the evening. 29.17, is it going to stick? It is. 29.17 for her. Here is the replay.
What a great performance from What's Up Eva. We know her from blasting out and making or never being challenged. Here she's had to work really hard to get to the front, because chasing Tommy T, the dog there was money for, nearly made the corner. So did Betsy's Bullet. She was in the mix as well. Just in behind Rathnagor Sid from Paul Young's kennel in 1 as well. But it was What's Up Eva who got to the front off the second bend, and then she quickened up and went a length, 2 lengths clear of chasing Tommy T. and race over. The step down to 500 definitely suits her better than the step up to 515. It's just that little bit too far for us sometimes. Some other times on really fast going, she gets away. Tonight the going's been pretty sharp, and that's certainly suited her today. 29.17, a good run.
Yeah, 29. Well done. What's up, Eva? 2 goes on to beat 4 and 1 for our final race at Hove. 29.17 she recorded. Let's go back to the man that has been working tremendously hard, Darrell at Hove.
Well, it's been a remarkable night here at Hove, and probably rather appropriate that we're standing next to Ballyregan, Bob, because we've witnessed a performance from Space Jet this evening that matches probably anything that Bob and Skirlow Champ and all the other great greyhounds through the years have achieved. You had to be here to see and believe it, really. A 1-2-3 for Matt Dartnell in the Premier Greyhound Racing Regency Final, but all really about Space Jet yet again. And earlier on, of course, Candlin Monsoon winning the Sussex Cup, the Coral Sussex Cup for Derek Knight, and how pleased was he, and the Candlin 6 as well. And those have been the highlights on what's been a brilliant night here. The crowd has been fantastic. Their enthusiasm and their love of greyhound racing, I think, has clearly shone through tonight. So from all of us here on the south coast at Brighton, we wish you a very good night.
Thanks very much, Darrell. Their love of greyhound racing no doubt boosted by that performance of Space Jet. Confirming the result, the 9.28 at Hove, that win for What's Up Eva. 5-2 joint favourite, beat the 4 dog at 9-2. Third was Trap 1 at 7-2, 17.40 and 47.36. Let's have a look at the Trap Challenge. It went to Trap 5. With 5 wins, not to be them 4, 1 and 3. So congratulations, you had Trap 5 in the Trap Challenge. Khan kicks on clear in that Naps table. 4.95 and 4.23. Look at them all crowding up, stacking up behind Anna and Tony. Going to come through late with the run. Anna's had a tremendous time of thing on that tipping front. I think she's really shot up that leaderboard. And Richard, it has been a phenomenal night. We were treated, weren't we?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we know who's the headline maker, that's for sure. She's absolutely fabulous, and yeah, we've just got to enjoy her while we can, and congratulate the Connections owners and training staff for producing her and keep producing her at 4 years of age plus.
Well, at least it solved all the emails for the Sunday service tomorrow.
Yep.
They've got loads of emails and tweets to read all about Space Jet, and it's been a phenomenal night, hasn't it? We've had Paul Young win his first Springbok. We have also had a man that won the first Sussex Cup 25 years ago. Yes, Derek Knight wins the Sussex Cup with Candlin Monsoon. Congratulations to the owner, but the star of the night has been Space Jet. Now, don't forget, 10 o'clock we have a darts, so you're going to enjoy the darts from 10 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow, as I've already mentioned, the Sunday service starting off tomorrow morning with Miki and Khan. I think they're covering Hove and Doncaster. Now, as soon as the adverts finish, why not join and have a look at a preview for the All-Ireland Final, courtesy of our friends from Paddy Power. From Richard and myself, good night.
Post Greyhound Television, brought to you in association with Bet365.com, Betfair, Betfred, Coral, Ladbrokes, Paddy Power, Unibet, and William Hill.
Well, hello and welcome to our preview of the All-Ireland Football Final between Kerry and Dublin. And what a panel we have to help us look forward to the big game. Pat Spillane, first of all, it feels a little bit unfair introducing you first. The 8 All-Ireland titles and 9 All-Stars in your back pocket.
Thanks, good introduction.
There you go. Charlie Redmond, thanks a million for coming. You've just the 1 All-Ireland, but 3 All-Stars. And Matty, no All-Ireland yet, but an All-Star in your back pocket as well. So thanks a million, lads, for coming in to talk about this. It's going to be a cracking game. Really looking forward to it the weekend. I guess, to kind of set the scene, just tell us a little bit about what All-Ireland Football Final day means. I was listening to a preview of the hurling final there at the weekend on the radio, and it just really hits home. I was on a long drive, and just hearing the talk about it. Everyone has a family tradition where they meet up, and it's a real community thing, isn't it? Even for the counties that aren't necessarily involved.
Well, it is, yeah. I mean, I've been privileged. I've played in 10 All-Ireland finals and 13 All-Ireland football semi-finals, and you're never tired of it, because an All-Ireland football final day, you know, every sport has their own special day, and for footballers, for Gaelic football, the All-Ireland is our special day. It's our Mecca, going to Croke Park on what was the 3rd Sunday of September. It's the occasion when a county unifies behind their Gaelic football team. Everything about All-Ireland Final Day is just so surreal and so magical. And I've never taken drugs, but the experience of running out from the dressing room, out onto the field in Croke Park on All-Ireland Final Day, the cacophony of sound, colour, and you're taken to a magical, mystical place. You're taken on a magical carpet ride for the next 70, 80 minutes. And it's just so special to be there representing your county, representing your club, representing your family, and of course the icing on the cake is if you win it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, are there particular matchups that you'd say are the ones that matter? Like,
well, the big one from a Dublin point of view is who takes David Clifford.
Yeah.
Because...
Or were they double team?
Well, you see, he's a genius.
He's properly generational. It's not just the era he's in.
I would imagine he's probably going to go on and become, in time,
the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Do you reckon?
He's our Messi, he's our Ronaldo, he's our Johnny Sexton. He is on a different planet, and I make no apologies about saying, and I'm privileged that he's from Kerry. How do you stop David Clifford? You know, a gunfighter is only a gunslinger is only good if he has bullets.
Yeah.
You know, if David Clifford doesn't get the ball and the supply line is cut off to David Clifford, well, you can't score much without the ball. So that's the key. The key is cutting off supply. You can talk about a sweeper, yes, and you can talk about who's going to man mark him. There is no one, by the way, individually on a one-to-one basis capable in that Dublin team or in this country capable of man marking David Clifford on a one-to-one. You'll have to have a sweeper, but the key is winning centre field, dominating possession, and cutting off the supply line.
Well, we're going to have to go for next on the block time. Is it going to be predictable with you two? I'll go to you last. You could be the deciding thing. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to go with Kerry. You sound very bullish.
Oh, I'm not very bullish. No, Jesus, no. This is. I was very bullish last year. I couldn't see Kerry being beaten by Galway. I didn't rate Galway at all. And with 4 minutes to go, it was a draw. Yeah. And Kerry turned up to that All-Ireland final, particularly in the first 20 minutes, and they were nervous and they were poor, and they were so un-Kerry like. This year, I know it's a cliche, it's 50-50. It's going to be a close game. I think, or I'm going for Kerry, right? And I'll give you a very simple reason. One, from last year. Monkey off the back, Kerry's management team, Kerry's defence, and a certain David Clifford.
Right.
Kerry to win by 3.
By 3. Charlie, it sounds he was working pretty hard to convince himself there, let alone us. What do you reckon?
I just wanted to prolong the tension.
As if we didn't know. Obviously, it has to be Dublin for me.
Yeah.
I see the team coming out on Sunday going to explode into this game. I think for all the reasons that Billy Pat has said, you can put them onto the Dublin argument as well. For all the greatness that this Dublin team have, they haven't been the last 2 All-Ireland finals. So a lot of them are coming into this. As Pat quite rightly said, for some lads, it might be the last hurrah. It might be the last time to take the Croke Park wearing a Dublin jersey. Most careers end in failure, Pat says. I think on Sunday, we might see the end of 3 or 4 Dublin players, but you'll see them walking off the park with a Celtic cross in their back pocket. Because I think they want to have Stephen Cluxon. They want to have Fitz, I think it's Fitzsimons, and they want to have McCarthy with them 9 medals, because we want to be in possession of that record.
Yeah. And tell me, is it going to be like, is there any way in the world this can be won by 7 points? No. Or is there's no way somebody runs away?
I only asked that question because I did say to somebody the other day, in games like this, and you get it in tennis a little bit as well. Two guys coming together, two best players in the world, and one fella just doesn't perform, and it's a 3-0 game. It could happen. It could happen. Some team wins by 5. I generally don't think it could happen.
These two teams are primed to come to the Boyle on
I
Sunday.
think you're 100%. I think the two teams are going to come onto that pitch on Sunday, and both of them will explode into this game. From the very first moment I said that ball has gone thrown in to the very first moment, at the very last moment, it's going to be hell for leather. Everything is on the line here on Sunday.
It mightn't be pretty. There could be a player sent off, and unlike the hurling yesterday, the referee probably could play a major role in it.
Well, let's hope the ref doesn't decide it. Matty, go on.
I kind of thought I might have the deciding votes. I might just go for a draw. No, look at it. You make cases very validly for both teams. Like, we have forwards on both teams. Like, the big one is David Clifford. If David Clifford's held, Kerry are in trouble as far as I'm concerned. They don't have somebody else to take up the slack. Like Stephen O'Brien, as Charlie rightly said, made a huge impact coming on the last day, but the likes of Micheál Burns hasn't made a big impact coming
Actually,
off the bench.
use a statistic. I mean, you talk about the subs bench, and this is where Dublin have a big advantage. Dublin last day were able to bring Kieran Kilkenny, Jack McCaffrey, and Dean Rock. Yeah. The subs got 1-2. Kerry, in the last 5 championship matches that Kerry have played, last 5 championship games, how many, and that's a lot of forward subs, at least 3 forward subs coming on now. How many forward subs have scored in the last 5 championship matches for Kerry?
Probably 4.
1. Stephen O'Brien. He got a pint against Tyrone and a pint to Leicester.
Yeah.
That
could be key.
Micheál Burns, I said, and Tony Brosnan haven't really produced enough off the bench, as far as I'd be concerned, or probably for Kerry's liking.
We're talking here about the game being won in the final moments in the last 5-10 minutes of the game.
He's going to say Kerry, by the way.
I know he's going
Do you want to leave him say it?
Well,
I hear you, Charlie.
Before we
go on.
You were saying that the game was going to be won the last 10 minutes. Jim Gavin proved under his time there, as Desi did when we won the 6, that you have your best team on the field when the game is in the fire. And that's in the last. That's in the last 10 minutes. That's why Dublin may hold back Jack McCaffrey, may hold back Kieran Kilkenny until the last 10 minutes.
It's a ballsy tactic, though, isn't it?
It's a ballsy tactic, but as we said, that's when the game was won.
Yeah, but I remember this is about knowing how to win. And in 2019, the drawn game, Kerry had an extra player, right?
That's right.
My nephew Killian put Kerry in the lead with 11 minutes to go. Dublin's 5 in a row, 6 in a row dreams all gone. And for those last 11 minutes, Dublin with Kerry never kicked the ball at the goal for the last 11 minutes. They went into their shell, they panicked, they played with fear. Dublin bossed the ball, game managed, held the possession and got a draw, and the rest is history.
Now, like many times we've seen it throughout this year in particular, a 3 or 4 point lead with 10 or 11 minutes to go is a disaster for the team that has it, because they're retreating back into their shell and they're trying to defend the lead, and the team that gets momentum is the team that's probably going to end up more often than not winning. But Dublin's bench have proved the difference in probably a few games. Look, I know the goal probably wasn't the difference in the game last week with Monaghan. Dublin had that game won. It looked to me like for long periods they were actually kind of tying with Monaghan. They were happy enough, and they knew when the game opened up they were going to have enough to go and win it. Like I said jokingly at the start, a draw is not out of the, definitely obviously not out of the equation here, and you look at the odds to that, but I tipped Dublin halfway through the year, probably before the round robin started. And I just think, I said, like the David Clifford thing is just the one thing that's playing in my mind. If he's held, I think it's just, there's too much slack for the rest of Kerry to make up. I think we've seen a very quiet Conor O'Callaghan, which from a Kerry point of view I'll be worried about, and a very quiet Paul Mannion over the last number of weeks. And again, as you said, Pascal was very quiet in the semi-final. To me, they seem to have more match winners, and I wouldn't even.
And I can't disagree with anything you say.
I think maybe Pat and Charlie are maybe writing off a few many of the lads. It's been their last outing in Croke Park. Like, you can be guaranteed Dublin are in All-Ireland semi-final again next year. And if you want to keep going, the likes of a James McCarthy, he's a Rolls Royce. Can he go again next year? Of course he can, and he's guaranteed to be in an All-Ireland semi-final probably. And if he's won 9, what's stopping him going to try to win 10 next year? So I'm coming down. Dublin for me, Dublin by a point. But all 3 results here are very much on the table.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. I tell you what, we've got history, we've got nostalgia, we have potentially the greatest player we've ever seen, and we've got some careers ending and some careers kicking off. So if your appetite isn't whetted for that, get yourself down to your doctor and get your pulse checked. Enjoy the match.
Looking forward to the Juvenile Classic Final on RPGTV Sunday afternoon. We've got two semi-finals to look back upon. Droopy's Clue was the hot pot in the first, 15-8 on favourite. Didn't win though. Righty did.
Yeah, Righty for John Mullins has been in really good form. Gets off to a good start, 4.14 sectional. Trap 6 Chance Me Jacko broke best, but Righty tucked himself around on the inside there and went on out in front. Been in good form, won a 5.75 heats and final before prior coming into this competition, so now won his last 5 races, but obviously just at that third bend there at Trap 1 Blue Mustang does take a fall but does finish, but Righty goes on to win the fastest 29.29. Coppice Warrior is second, Droopy's Clue in third.
Yeah, Righty, a consummate pro around Toaster. Moving on to the second semi-final, and we had previously unbeaten in the competition New Destiny, the 4-on favourite. There was to be an upset though. Jimmy Fenwick's Coppice Rocket at 25-1.
Yeah, going into this race, Coppice Rocket was yet to win from 4 starts. Fairly level break, but once it hit halfway, just showed that electric early pace into that first bend, avoided that trouble. As you see, New Destiny just found a little bit of trouble at that first bend, but if you watch the pace of him, really powers down the back straight and does get up to qualifier. But Coppice Rocket goes on to score for his first win for Jimmy Fenwick in a 29.46. New Destiny gets up for second, and Bombay Zero in Trap 2 qualifies in third.
Yeah, an incredible performance to finish even in second there by the favourite. But this is the lineup for the final. New Destiny, even money favourite. Droopy's Clue at 5-2. Then we've got Righty at 9-2. Donna?
Obviously, I think it's a really good race. I think you could make a case for most of them. I think Righty being drawn on the inside, New Destiny, does give me a few question marks, but I just think that pace she's got fantastic, so I'm going to go with New Destiny.
Okay, just at the prices, I'm going to take a chance on Bombay Zero. Still don't think we've seen the best around Toaster, and if popping out and getting in front 14-1 could look very, very silly indeed. But we'll find out who does take it on Sunday afternoon, the Juvenile Classic Final here on RPGTV.
Friday saw a couple of heats for another excellent maiden competition at Romford. A couple of vacant traps for Heat 1. Droopy's TikTok, though, was the even money favourite.
Yeah, and favourite backers were going to be on good terms with themselves. Maxine Locke's Charge didn't break in front, but was quickly pacing up into the lead and just cleared Trap 1 Do the Maths at the first bend. A bit of trouble in behind for Dapper Ted and Swift News. Watch Dapper Ted, inexperienced grade, I thought ran well enough, but it was all about Droopy's TikTok up front. Would end up scoring by just over 3 lengths from Do the Maths. 23.93, the winning time.
Let's have a look at Heat 2 then. And we had an odds-on favourite here, 4-9, Shmora Paws. Next in the betting was Pearl the Pug at 11-4.
Well, this race was basically over after about 5 metres. Look at that start from Shmora Paws for Katie O'Flaherty, been carrying all before her in graded company at the track. 3.61 the split, always in control and would give her rivals no chance whatsoever. Trap 3, Adamant Approach, would stand very strongly to take second, albeit 6 lengths behind the 23.74 winner. Trap 2, Isabella, was the other qualifier.
This is how then they will line up for the final. Shmora Paws in the 5. Good sectionals for this. 360s all the way. Just needs to do that again, JK?
So consistent at the boxes and so exciting to see. I know we all love to see greyhounds come through the field to win. That can be a thriller, but explosiveness out of the traps is a joy to behold. It really does look Shmora Paws to lose. Droopy's TikTok, the other heat winner, has to be respected. I'm expecting Dapper Ted to improve. Maybe not enough to win this race, but could be a bit of value for the forecast. But Shmora Paws, the one to beat.
That can be seen all live on RPGTV on Friday.
Well, we're always looking for the next superstar, and Pat Buckley might have 3 potential superstars. Some of the younger generation here in your kennels. Tell us a little bit at the 3, starting with this lad here.
That's Slinger Britt. He's a Brit Lead pup. It's not raced yet, but he looks very good. Very well bred. Nice, keen dog. That's Slinger Elvis. He's going on race taking Shelburne. Nice dog. good pace. That Slinger Ernie, he's a Deirdre Sydney dog out of New Inn Liz. Think the world of him. We know he's going to be very good. We think they're potentially, they're doing things right. They're doing good clocks.
Yeah, because I suppose the key is, and the aim is, you want them to end up in open class.
Absolutely. I know that they're all open class, but you have to, there's a big difference in open class and the top dogs. But potentially you breed them and rear them, school them for Shelburne on a Saturday, and that's what that's your aim is, and I think they'll be good enough out of those three.
Yeah, and ultimately you'd like them to be run in the juvenile derby come the end of the year.
Yeah, they'll probably be a bit young for Jeb, but that'll be the plan. We'll run them in it, and hopefully they toughen up, and we'll have dogs for next year.
Yeah, and also here you got a lot of pups. You've also got a repeat mating of Ballinabole ahead.
Yeah, we've got lovely saplings down there out of Ballinabole's mother, full repeat mating, and they're really good lookers. They're only 9 or 10 months, but they look handsome. And you're hoping that this towards the
I'm Tony Williams and I'm racing manager at Monmore Green Stadium here in Wolverhampton, responsible for the welfare and integrity and putting on safe racing for the racing public. As soon as the dogs arrive, they'll be examined thoroughly by the veterinary surgeon. We have vet checks in place. They'll check teeth, they'll check the conditions of the dog. The veterinary surgeons will give me weekly reports on each trainer's kennel and the dogs that they provide for the track, which is really spot on. The dogs are weighed in, the dogs are identified through a computer system to make sure it's the correct greyhound that's going to be racing on the evening.
Racing is good for the dogs. They love it, they can't wait to go. You can hear the barking sometimes in the background, you can see them in the paddock, wanting to go, raring to go, pulling the paddock stewards along to pull them out to the racing line. They wouldn't chase if they didn't want to do it, and they're happy and they're healthy and they love it.
When the dog finishes its race, they'll be examined to make sure they're okay by the veterinary surgeon. Then the trainers or kennel hands will make sure that the dog is sound. They'll wash the feet, make sure they're clean, check them over, and then they'll go back into the racing kennel for a cooling off period.
Everybody involved with the training of greyhounds and the running of race meetings are licensed by the Greyhound Board, and all those persons are subject to the rules of racing. So my role and my colleagues' role are to ensure that those rules are complied with, and the rules cover a variety of things. Most importantly, the welfare of the dogs, both here at the track and also in the residential kennels.
Great to be reunited with the dog after the race. Wonderful to see the dog has come off and they're enjoying themselves and they're wagging their tail, because especially when they get to the pickup and they've caught the hair, and that's their job and they love it.
It is wonderful to come to work and work with these phenomenal animals. They are optimal in terms of their athletic performance, and they just love what they do, and it's a pleasure to work with them.
I love to see the dog's character come out of themselves when they first come into your kennel, and by the time they come to the end of their racing career, and obviously rehoming them and seeing them go into their own forever home. It's wonderful to see.
The most important part of the sport to me is to see these greyhounds race and see how much they enjoy it, and to see them happy at the end of the race, and to see them with the trainers and the kennel hands that love these dogs. And that's what gives me enjoyment, is seeing those people with the dogs that they enjoy and love.
Calling all Big Mac fans. The Double Big Mac is here. Only until the 1st of August.
Add cognac. Add flambé.
Be a bad time for the broadband to go down? Don't worry, you're on full fibre, the UK's most reliable broadband technology. You did switch to Vodafone, right? Switch and save over £200 versus BT's full fibre too.
Hello, nice to see you out there. If you're looking for a new place to play bingo, let me welcome you to Zoe's Bingo. If you like to play, you'll love Zoe's Bingo. It's a great place to hang out, have a good natter and enjoy loads of fab bingo games. So what are you waiting for? Search Zoe's Bingo and join in today. Dabbers at the ready, hon.
How's this even possible? Did they just rub a Dorito on a Whopper?
Flame grilled beef. This is some kind of mad science.
Ketchup, pickles, a triangle Whopper.
New flame grilled Whopper flavored Doritos.
Whoa.
Believe it.